bothered by back problems, and Clay Holmes will try and pitch around a 25-mile-an-hour wind coming out of the northeast.
Well, the Toyota numbers, and you can look at the walks through innings pitched. That's been his bugaboo right now.
First pitch to Xavier Edwards, a fastball in for a strike, and we're underway. What's interesting is that Holmes' sinker has been getting hit. However, he's throwing it less, and even with throwing his sinker less, his ground ball rate is better than ever. So go figure. Fastball away to Edwards, a ball and a strike. It's obviously a small sample size with just 2 starts under his belt. He's had to make the adjustment this year, adding several new pitches, most significantly cutter and a changeup. And a slider is hit out in the air to shallow right. That's blowing away from Soto, and it's going to drop for a base hit. And
damn.
A wide turn at first, and he'll go back and stay there. And you can see immediately the impact the wind is going to have. It is blowing out of the northwest, so it's coming from the left field corner toward the right field.
Man on first for Miami.
Blew that ball all the way away from Soto.
And it's blowing hard.
Yeah, there's a lot of wind.
The Mets didn't come out and take BP on the field today. They hit inside.
They took some infield practice.
What's up, Joe?
Again, but not
what's up, B?
There's Kyle Stowers, the right fielder, and he pops one up into shallow left.
Shallow left, Lindor calling for it with the out. One away.
For the first out of the game.
And we'll get right to the Mets defense.
Third base, Vientos, dud. Lindor, short. Beatty, second. Alonso, first. Sanger is the catcher again today.
Really bothering him, keeping him out of the lineup. Beatty getting the start at second.
Left field, Nimmo, center, Taylor, right. Who else? Juan Soto.
Taylor.
Don't forget to like the stream, gentlemen.
Nice day yesterday.
Officially 43 degrees at game time with a 21.
One on, one out. Next man up for Holmes.
33.
Ball outside.
Mervis takes.
That's Mervis up at bat. 286 average, 2 homers, 4 RBIs, 905 OPS. He was 1 for 1 last night. Counts 1-0.
Even on great days, easy, beautiful days, Lindor always uses 2 hands. No problem.
Work was all right.
Mervis takes that sweeper for a strike.
My anxiety is still really high, bro.
Mervis playing first base today after
Count
DHing
21.
last night. He got on base in both his plate appearances, a walk and a single, before leaving for a pinch hitter. Clay Holmes making his 3rd start for the Mets, his first at home.
Swing and a miss. Counts 1-2.
Past Mervis, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Holmes making
1
a
and 2.
transition this year from closer to starter. With great in spring training, has not gotten out of the 5th.
Again, that's Mervis up at bat with the count 1-2.
1 in Houston, 1 in
Next
Miami.
pitch from Clay Holmes. That's bouncing in the dirt. Counts 2-2. Runner doesn't go. Goes back to first.
You're going to have hitters looking to
Almost a wild pitch there.
early.
Well, I always felt in a cold day,
2-2 count. Again, that's Sanger in at catcher today.
That is even worse. So
You're wondering.
Really focused on making.
All right, next pitch.
Really following that ball, making solid contact.
Hit, broken bat, goes foul.
Change up, and he's going to have to go back.
Change up.
Stick.
Count's going to stay 2-2.
You hit the ball at the end of the
He's got to get himself a new bat.
Character that gets with the hammer, and you get the vibration, and it stings.
Hold on, he's got to put some pine tar on
The
that.
fly balls are an issue with all the wind, but how does the wind affect you as a hitter?
The only thing that can affect you is if it's blowing up dirt, like Candlestick Park used to blow up.
Wow, look at the wind there blowing the American flag.
It's in your eyes.
Wow, it is windy there.
The pitcher's on its way, or the pitcher starts his motion. You know,
All right, here's the 2-2.
But the dirt today does not kick up.
Griffin Conine waiting on deck.
Throw it to first, not in time.
With Edwards, who had a stolen base yesterday. In fact, Edwards now has 39 steals in his first 110 games for the Marlins. Only one Marlins ever had more in that stretch, and that was Gilvio Veras at one time, Met.
Swing and a miss, got him.
Mervis for the second out.
Boy, that was
2 outs.
a good slider right there.
That was the slider from Holmes.
Perfect spot, late down break. This is going to get a lot of hitters. That's perfect.
That was nasty.
So 2 out now, Griffin Conine. 1 for 4.
Conine coming up to bat. He's 1 for 4
Edwards at first with
in
2
this
down.
little series here. That's a high pitch.
Change up,
Change up too high. Counts 1-0. 250 average, 1 home run, 1 RBI, 648 OPS.
Left field,
Last night he was 1 for 4.
Ball hit by Mark Vientos.
This would be pitch 12 from Clay.
Grab going toward the line.
That's down. Change up low. Counts 2-0.
With the change in the game time and with
So
the
he's
weather
Jeff
as uncomfortable
Conines'
as
son,
it is
apparently.
right
I don't
now,
know who
the
that
crowd
is. I feel like I
obviously
should,
is
but I don't.
smaller than you'd expect.
Ooh, they call that a strike.
It's 2-1. In fact,
It was close. Counts 2-1. Wow, there's nobody there at the game in the upper and mid deck.
In deference to the weather,
I should have went there today.
Tickets for that part of the ballpark has been moved downstairs.
Nice.
Which is good because
Oh, there's nothing upstairs, so they moved. They moved if you had tickets up, they let you go down a section if it was available. That's nice.
In your face. So you choose.
Rather be the sun.
Wow, all right. Counts 3-1.
Any day of the week. We're going to have some shadows here, but that's going to be an issue as this game progresses.
I'll tell you how cold it is. I saw Steve Geltz wearing a hat.
Swing and foul.
We teased him the other night about not wearing a hat. In the
Just got a piece of that full count.
Couldn't mess up his hair, but clearly the hair took a back seat today to Steve's comfort.
He combs his hair back and he sits down there in that first base well, so that wind is going to blow where his hair is combed back. No.
Do you think he's sitting outside today? Edwards gets set to run. The 3-2 misses.
He walked him.
4, and so Holmes is
So runners on second and first. 2 outs.
Issues 2-run walk to Griffin Conine.
Yeah, I don't blame you, bro.
Now in 10 innings.
The tundra, the frozen tundra.
There's a dude there wearing a Packers hat. Okay. Otto Lopez, 244 average, 2 homers, 7 RBI, 701 OPS. He was 0 for 4 last night. He's their second baseman.
You know all about the tundra, the frozen tundra.
Here's Otto Lopez, 0 for 4 last night. 2 on and 2 out of the opening inning.
Ball outside, counts 1-0.
There's sector misses for ball 1. Despite the 0 for last night, off to a good start. Couple of home runs, 7 runs batted.
Hilarious, B. Counts 1-0.
Both these teams have been playing a lot of close games early in the year.
Ball outside again, counts 2-0.
10 games this year, and 8 of the 10 have been decided by.
I think that wind might be getting to Clay.
More than any team in the major leagues this year. The Marlins have been in 7 1- and 2-run games in their first 10. So it's been nip and tuck. And that one just missed the outside.
Just missed on the outside corner, counts 3-0.
So after walking Conine behind on Lopez 3-0.
He walked on bases loaded. Oh my God. Hefner to the mound.
By Holmes, allowed to get a visit from Jeremy Hefner. The Marlins have the bases loaded with 2 out.
Boy, this is just not what it was like all spring. He was just spot on with his command.
It's very windy there.
The weather here is a tough, blustery day, obviously freezing. But he has not had his command.
It's cold, Keith, but it could be worse. You could
So everybody on the mound.
where they have their home opener today. It is expected to be 31 degrees at game time with a 17-mile-an-hour wind.
I went through opening day in Cleveland, and it was against the Yankees, and it snowed. It was cold.
How'd you do that then?
I got a hit, but it was snowed out the floor.
Oh, that didn't even count.
No.
So you went through all that for nothing. That's even worse.
What's up, RJ?
The park was colder than Parc Jerry in Montreal, the old minor league park when the Montreal Expos first entered the National League.
Bases loaded, 2 outs.
That was one cold ballpark in April and September.
Here's Liam Hicks, the left-hand batting catcher. Bases loaded, 2 out.
That's in the dirt again. Wow,
Misses for ball 1.
he's going to end up walking in a run, I think.
Walsh is the home plate umpire today. Marlins being very patient with Holmes.
Hicks, 4 for 18, 0 for 1 last night. 1 RBI on the season for him.
2 of them back-to-back in this inning. And Hicks takes a fastball strike, and it's 0-2.
Strike, counts 1-1.
Liam Hicks, Rule 5 pick from the Tigers, first started out of the Texas organization. He's been the backup to Nick Fortes, but he's off to a decent start. Came off the bench last night. And he strokes it down the left field line.
That's going to bring in a run or two.
Edwards in to score. Conan right behind him. Stopping at second is Lopez.
2-0 Miami.
Opposite field single, drives in a pair. And the Marlins jump out to a 2-0 lead. So Hicks drives in his second and third run.
Slider right down the middle, just kind of hung. He was tardy on it. Just kind of flirted out there in the opposite field.
So the walks come back to bite Holmes. You have 2 out and a runner at first. Double of walks to fill the bases, and Hicks drives in a pair. And the Mets find themselves in arrears early on.
2 on, first and second with 2 outs, 2-0 Miami.
Almost weak now with a back problem back in the lineup today. And he
hit
one to right
center field.
Back in the gap goes Taylor.
Taylor with the out.
Down the warning track to retire the side.
That's the hardest hit ball of the inning, and it's an out.
Holmes gives up the the opening inning. Taylor tracks this ball down. That's down 2-0 as they come to bat.
We're going to bottom of the first. Mets will be up after this, guys.
Baseball is back, and it's time to bring the heat with Fanatic Sports Betting. Earn up to 10% fan cash on your bets, win or lose. Flip your fan cash for authentic MLB apparel, bonus bets, and other collectibles. On top of that, new customers get up to $300 in bonus bets across your first 3 days. Bet on baseball all season long with Fanatic Sports Betting. Why do we yard? Why don't we take our days off? Instead, we spend our time deep in the weeds. We hate weeds. We want edges that are straighter and boxwoods that are boxier. And we only use professional-grade Echo Power. To those who say it's not worth the effort, we say that's little crabgrass. We are yarders.
Hilton is bringing you more new ways to stay than ever before. With all new places, there's all new experiences to enjoy. Hilton for the stay.
Honda starting lineup for the Mets this afternoon. 4th straight start for Hayden Singer behind the plate. Luis Torrens bruised forearm. A little bit worse today, and they sent for an MRI. We'll have to wait to hear the results of that. Francisco Lindor's been getting the Mets up to fast starts. Base hits leading off the first inning in each of the last 4 games.
And there's Connor Gillespie's numbers so far this year, and I was mistaken in the open, folks. He had 3 relief appearances with Cleveland last year. He did not have 13 starts.
So he is still a rookie, making just his 3rd big league start. His last one was a good one against the Mets last Wednesday. Gave up just a run and 4 hits in 5 innings.
Lindor looks down a strike.
Fastball up and in for ball 1.
242 average, no homers, 3 RBI, 611 OPS, 3 for 4 last night.
Leading off in 5 straight games was Jose Reyes in 2011. Lindor trying to get to 5 today.
Strike.
Getting up the letters for a strike with a cutter, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Oh, counts 1-1.
Lindor's in 6 straight games after starting the year 0 for 11 in Houston. So he has found his groove a little earlier this year, and he is thankful for that.
That's down.
In addition to the cold and the wind, now you have shadows starting to come into play with the late afternoon start and sunny skies. Pitcher standing in the shadow of the light stanchion, hitter in the sunshine.
Counts 2-1. That's upstairs.
And that cutter misses up and in, and Gillespie falls behind 3-1. Gillespie didn't walk a batter in 5 innings against the Mets in his last start. He won 4 in his first start of the year.
Counts 3-1.
Major league win.
Yeah, he got roughed up by the Pirates.
And
Lindor smacks one. It's going. It's going. It's top deck. It's out of here. It's rampage time, folks. First home run of the season for Lindor.
0-1 Miami.
Cut the lead in half.
So Lindor gets a leadoff hit in the first inning for a fifth consecutive
Good shit,
game.
Lindor.
This time he circles the bases. 34th at bat of the year, his first home run.
At a 3-1 count, Garrett. And the ball will go out to right field. Left field, you're going to need a howitzer to get it out. He crushed that one.
21st career leadoff home run for Lindor, his third as a Met. And now Juan Soto.
Juan Soto comes up to
last
bat.
night, including an RBI double that gave the Mets their first run.
That's
Takes a
upstairs.
slider up and in.
Slider counts 1-0.
3-1 count, gets a fastball, bell tie. He was just waiting on it. So Gillespie's up in the strike zone early.
That's out.
In that time with the fastball.
Another look on the backside. Ah, boy, you got all that. What color are those shoes?
I believe those are Columbia blue.
Really?
Counts 2-0. Strike counts 2-1.
Fastball catches the inside corner to Soto. Soto's reached base safely in all 10 games this year. 419
286 average, 1 homer, 4 RBIs, 904 OPS for Soto.
And yet still looking for that hot streak.
Popped up.
Out to
Left center, left field. He's going to be out.
That's
He's
the
out.
first out. That Mets home run means City will donate $2,000 to No Kid Hungry to help the 1 in 5 kids in America facing hunger right now.
What's up, Steven?
After what Lindor went through.
Don't forget to like the
first
stream,
2
guys.
months of the season, and he withstood that. He can withstand anything.
Well, who knows what he's capable of if he's hitting this early in the season.
Alonso
Pete Alonso's been the Mets' hottest hitter early in the year.
takes the ball.
He had 2 more hits last night. He's batting .314 with an OPS of 1086, so he is off to a
317 average, 3 homers, 11 RBIs, 1,086 OPS.
third highest slugging percentage in the league at .657.
Hit,
and pulls one on the ground
and that's
to
pulled to
shortstop.
short
Handling
to
it is
first.
Sano,
He's out.
and the throw across the diamond, 2 out.
The Marlin defense.
Paulie third.
Health. Sano just made
Javier short, Lopez second, Mervis first, Hicks the catcher.
He's had 4 starts in the outfield. First at short. And it's
Left, Conine, Hill, center, Stowers is right field.
First start in the week in center field with back issues.
So 2 out here with Brandon Nimmo, who had a rough night last night, went 0 for 4, left a squadron of runners on base, and takes
Ball counts 1-0. Nimmo 211 average, 2 homers, 5 RBIs, 639 OPS, 0 for 4 last night.
Marlins have 5 rookies in the lineup today. They had a game against the Mets last week. They had 6 rookies in the lineup. That's something you expect to see in September, but you rarely see it the first 2 weeks of the
Counts
season.
1-1.
Not so much anymore, Gary, because they've put a kind of a hold on how many call-ups you can call that you can bring up in September. But back in the day, they used to call up a lot of kids from AAA.
It was the Houston Colts
Outside,
45s
counts
in
2-1.
1963 became the first team ever to field an entire starting lineup of rookies.
And it was Rusty.
He was in that.
There was Jimmy Wynn, Dennis Menke, I believe. Not sure.
Was Joe Morgan in that group?
Joe Morgan was in that group.
Strike counts 2-2. Look like a backdoor slider.
2 strikes.
Miami Marlins have 9 rookie something.
Connor Gillespie, 27 years old, out of Virginia Commonwealth, drafted by the Orioles. They let him go to Cleveland, signed with the Braves last November. They put him on waivers, and that's how the Marlins got him.
Check swing foul.
It's Marlins staff right now.
Keep it at
is
2-2.
without a lot of key pieces, and guys like Gillespie, the starter last night, Valente Belloso, not particularly hard throwers, and trying to craft their way through the early season. Some of the Marlins starters get healthy.
They pitched actually pretty well so far.
2-2.
Going into the second week of the season.
Swing and a
He
miss.
threw a fastball by Nimmo, and so Gillespie
That's the end of 1.
strikeout. Lindor's home run cuts the Miami lead. It's 2-1 after 1.
Check it out. He showed up with Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza and his AD slicing through the lane, feeding the post.
How was everybody's workday today?
Peter Hut, the Cheesy Bites Pizza, and new Ranch Lovers Flight. Get it on the Pizza Hut app.
Yeah, we got one back. Only down a run. David.
Peace of mind for a lifetime with King Quality.
I think it's the wind that's messing him up.
We like to say, no matter the style, we'll make you smile. Whether it's the sharp-looking Accord, the economical HRV, the spacious Pilot, or the entertaining Odyssey, we have the service, the selection.
Oh, I wish I could say I did that,
Every
B.
Honda lover, the happiest ever. You'll find your style and find your smile.
Because we always go the extra mile. At Atlantic Honda.
Long Island is more exciting than ever in Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. Your spring egg venture begins with us and your chance to win a share of $50,000 during our egg hunt drawing event. Be here on Friday, April 4th and 18th between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. when 2 winners will be drawn every hour to pick an egg for a cash prize up to $5,000. 1 point earned equals 1 entry starting at 1:30 p.m. Club members can earn
What
5
students?
times entry multipliers. Come to where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
Experience peace of mind for a lifetime with King Quality.
Experience baseball and lunches at City Field. VIP parking entrances, first-class amenities and premier cycles, with delicious food and dining experience.
Second inning, the number 8 hitter, Graham Pauling, leads off against Grant Holmes. Clay Holmes, who takes the lead inside for ball 1.
Paulie, 231 average, no homers, 3 RBI, 670 OPS, 1 for 3 last night.
Rough first inning for Holmes. Couple of walks put him in jeopardy. Gave him a 2-run single.
That's upstairs. Counts 2-0.
Lindor got him a run back. But Clay Holmes still fighting his control early in this game on this cold, windy afternoon. Threw an upstairs fastball. Pass
Counts 2-1.
2-1.
No four-seamer right there.
Paulie acquired from the Padres in the Tanner Scott Brian Hoeing deal last summer. Did
Hilarious,
you see what
David.
Tanner Scott
Hilarious.
did the other day?
Strike, counts
He
2
had
and
a
2.
save for the Dodgers, in which he faced 3 batters, threw 3 pitches, and got the save.
Okay, it's great. It's very efficient.
I mean, that's the other team cooperating.
Ball outside, full count.
The ball to plate. That's 3-2 to Paulie with Javier Sanoja on deck.
Did they hit 3 weak balls or did they hit 3 bullets?
No, I don't have that information. 3 pitches, 3 outs. Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss.
High fastball.
High fastball. There's the K,
Holmes
1
gets
away.
Paulie for his second strikeout, 1 down in the second. Dodgers, though, have fallen on some hard times. They've lost 3 of their last 4. Yeah, they had a great start.
Be nice to the Yankees,
They're
David.
not. Padres passed.
They're our little
The
brother.
Giants lost last night. And the Padres beat the A's.
You're right.
So San Diego's 9-2. The Giants are 8-2. It was
Hit.
Sanoja lacing one to
Damn,
left
Sanoja
center
got
for
one
base
left
hit.
center.
Taylor gets over and cuts it off. Sanoja with a hard turn will hold.
He's going to hold on first.
Single. So Sanoja getting his first start at shortstop, laces the first pitch he sees.
That ball solidly right there. So the Padres are just off to a rollicking start. Cubs are on top of the Central 8-5,
They got great pitching from Justin Steele yesterday.
and they've been hit, if I'm correct.
Shut out Texas 7-0 last night. There's Xavier Edwards, and he swings to the first pitch.
Swing and a miss. That's Edwards up at bat. He's the DH. He's 1 for 1. That's a single and a run in this game. 300 batting average. Oh, hey, what's up, Angie? It's been a minute. How are you?
This is away to Edwards, ball and a strike.
Counts 1-1.
Those are just creeping onto the third base line now.
Brendan and Hector ask about you all the time.
For the hitters as of yet.
Holmes looking for the ground ball with a runner at first. He's had a 68% ground ball rate this year.
Nothing.
That sweep run
Got a ton of medical bills, but other than that, everything's pretty much the same. I'm a little bit leaner. My hair's longer. That's pretty much it. How's everything with you, Ange? Counts 1 and 2 for Edwards.
That one ground ball double play turn behind him this year. That's been 9 double plays turned in their first 10 games. 1-2 coming. And Edwards.
Foul. Keep it a 1-2.
Edwards swung a good bat last night. Had a good 2 hits. Had 3 at bats and a walk.
He's a good hitter. Gets batted 328 last year.
Stand up. Let me see the weight loss. I don't know if you can
Doesn't
really
hit
see
the ball
it.
particularly hard, but he
I
gets
just stand
base
up.
hits, kind of like the guy they used to have, Luis Arias.
Yes.
Fights off that sinker.
You can't see it in my face. Look how tight my jawline is.
He's not a power hitter, but he's an ideal.
Somehow this became like a pose down.
His 3-pitch save. First pitch he threw.
Counts 1 and 2 for Edwards.
Second pitch.
Edwards 1 for 1 on the day.
Double play. Third pitch, Max Kepler lined
He's
out.
a big reason why they're winning right now.
So
And that is outside. Counts 2 and 2.
We don't know how hard the ball hit it, but he obviously hit it into a double play.
But it was 3 pitches. Yep, 3 batters.
In the paper.
3 outs.
That's right.
Going back out tomorrow. 7th pitch of the bat to Edwards. Yeah, that's sweet.
Mom, Kyle, and Court are good.
Speaking of limited pitches, I thought Stanton.
My ass is
the
fat.
best I've seen him last.
Go look at like some of my older streams. Look how fat my
Didn't
face
try to
was.
overthrow it, and he looked the best I've seen.
So
You play guitar? No, those are Courtney's. Courtney plays guitar.
Is fouled back. Well, that was impressive.
You like one from your belly to your ass.
Probably the most
Full
important
count for
inning
Edwards.
was the 7th last night because Jose Buto went out there pitching the 7th.
Thank you,
Pitched
man.
2 innings 2 nights before.
Yeah, I did Wegovy for like 11 months.
7th inning, which allowed.
I didn't even work out. I just did Wegovy. Throw over to second. Out by a mile. Get out of here. 3 outs. They got careless. They got careless.
Edwards goes down looking. And
Sleeping on my guys. What's up, Brendan?
Celebrating 20 years of Mets on SNY, presented by Citi.
May 17th, 2000.
Hector died me the other day. You mean DM'd you?
This game looked like it was pretty much over.
Oh, Brendan's in the chat now too. Look who's here. Brendan Andrews here.
Dempster, but Dempster had a complete meltdown. Carlos Beltran.
I gotta give you a moderator, Brendan, on your new channel.
He walked below the bases. Then Dempster walked Eddie Chavez to the bases.
I gotta get a drink of water. I'll be right back.
Moving to a tie, got a base hit to make it 5-3. They pulled Dempster out of the game. David Wright was also not in the starting lineup that day. Got a pinch hit single to get the Mets within a run, and then Carlos Delgado single to right. Mets scored 5 runs in that bottom of the ninth to beat the Cubs 6-5.
Ah, fuck, there's a song in the background. God dang it! Fuck. We get copyrighted. Should be coming out of commercial break soon.
See you at the summit. We're making new Papa Pairings for $6.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
All right, here we go. Vientos is going to lead off.
Game live or on demand. Blackout and other
See if he can get a hit today.
At MLB.tv for details. Vientos takes first pitch, slider
outside. Counts 1-0. He's got a 114 average, no homer, 1 RBI, 415 OPS, 0 for 1 last night.
Made progress at the plate.
The only time he was retired, he had a bullet to left that Conan had a great catch.
And you didn't have to do that, Ann. You didn't have to do that.
1-1.
But thank you. And if you want to donate, Ann, just donate to my PayPal
Knock
link.
it up in the wind. They'll take off
So I get it right away.
Help that out.
But thank you, Ann. The PayPal link is in the description.
Everything. Chopped down to third. Handled by Paulie.
Throw it to first. Vientos out at first after that sloppy hit. You're too kind, Ann.
And when he bought that hoodie in Cape Cod, he wasn't thinking that he was going to have to sit through winter conditions at the ballpark with him. Here's Starling Marte. Marte's first start.
Starling Marte, DH, 2 for 11, 1 home run, 2 RBI, 788 OPS, 1 for 3 with a home run and an RBI against
Starling's
Miami.
2 for 11 to begin the year. He does lead the league in one category, though. He's already been hit by 3 pitches.
Yes.
Ball outside, counts 1-0.
And the last hit by pitch got him in the shoulder, and it was a bad spot. He got hit pretty good.
What cup? You got a Brendan mug?
So it's went down the right field side. And
Right
then
field
it's
side, that goes foul.
Stanchion holding the netting. 1-1. Marte getting a start against a right-hander today. Jesse Winker had that great game on Saturday night, but then a couple of hitless games the last 2 days, and so Marte getting the call today. Pitcher in sunlight, hitter in shadow. Wind howling.
I have no idea, David.
And Marte
foul, third base side, counts 1 and 2.
2 strikes.
So many hitters stand deep in the box. Notice Marte, well, he's going to step out now. A lot of guys have their back foot on the chalk in the back. Look at Marte. He is the 5th closest to the pitcher of all MLB hitters.
Really?
Yes. I just was given that tidbit. So he likes to be
fouling
in
back.
front of the plate. You know, it's a hitter's preference. You see so many guys with their back as far back as they possibly can get. Not so Marte.
Wow, that sailed right over his head.
Oh, yeah, that was Bill Durham right there.
One of the problems for pitchers on windy days is that their hands can get very dry, and it's hard to get much moisture, and sometimes the grip becomes an issue. That's why they're allowed to lick their hand out of the mound.
If you're a hitter, you know what that does for you? It's like, oh, what's this guy doing out here? It's a gut check here.
Pop up down the right field line, that'll go foul.
That's foul.
Do you think more hitters stand deeper in the box since the velocity of the game has increased?
That I don't know. We'd be speculating. But a lot of the hitters today are very widespread with their feet, Gary. In my day, everybody pretty much had shoulder length, was shoulder width was where your feet were. That's how I stood. One guy that was very widespread, who was a former Met,
Full count.
and a home run hitter, was Dave Kingman. He had his feet very widespread at the plate. But he had that wiry body. I always feel that when your feet are too far apart and you have a big stride, you lose your hip rotation.
3-2 to Marte, and that's too high.
Marte got walked.
So Marte works out a walk, and the Mets have a 1-out base runner. So Gillespie didn't walk a batter against the Mets in his last start. Walks his first of the day. And that'll bring up Taylor. Gets his second straight start.
Tyrone Taylor, 4 for 18. No homer, 1 RBI, 4.44 OPS.
Taylor had himself a good night last night. Other than the getting caught stealing, taking off too early. But he got a couple of hits and drove in a run. Marte at first, the active career stolen base leader in baseball. Has not yet attempted one this year.
That's upstairs.
Takes a high fastball.
Counts 1-0.
Antoine Richardson, the first base coach. He's got to protect, get the sun out.
He's out there bluffing a ball with the third base.
Counts 2-0.
Gillespie is really having a hard time getting the ball down. More so on his fastball. Because I would think on the breaking ball, you got to really concentrate on breaking, getting it out front, and snapping it down.
First base coach can't see in the sun.
Yeah, 2-0 on Taylor.
Strike.
Tyrone takes Cutter for a strike.
Cutter counts 2-1.
Brett Beatty, the on-deck batter.
Hit.
Popped up.
Popped up. Behind third.
Paulie waiting for it.
Paulie with the out.
And that's the second out.
Well, he missed a hanger right there, Garrett.
So Taylor pops up 2 away, not Brett Beatty.
Brett Beatty coming up the bat with 1 on and 2 outs. Nothing to report.
Base last night. Beatty gets the call today. Neither one of them has been hitting. Looks like Jeff McNeil will be ready to start a rehab assignment later this week. Jeff today is celebrating his 33rd birthday. So happy birthday, Jeff. He was out on the field taking batting practice before the game.
33, boy, time flies. And you get when he comes back, you're not only going to get his bat,
Counts 1-0.
but his versatility.
Right now, Beatty and Acuna fighting to try and stay when McNeil returns. But there's a
Upstairs.
possibility that if they don't produce, that
Counts
they might send
2-0.
both of them down, get them some at bats in AAA, and let one veteran take over as the backup infielder, who's not going to play a whole lot.
Or I think more so, Acuna needs to play every day.
She's all right, Brendan.
Beatty
Hit.
chops one down
Over to
third.
first, and
He's
he's
still
out.
got
We're
Burgess.
going to the third.
And that retires the side. So a walk and 1 left after 2. It's 2-1 Miami.
For more than a decade, Farsiga has been trusted again and again and again. Ask your doctor about Farsiga. Teed off by shoulder pain? We've got specialists for that. Realizing you pulled out more than weeds? We've got specialists for that. Doing a twist, making you shout? We've got specialists for that. Orland & Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle.
How's everybody's day going? This was originally, I think, supposed to be a 7 o'clock game, but they moved it to 4.
Vacations are hard. But people aren't these staycations.
I guess because of the wind and all that.
Transform your backyard into a staycation paradise. Invest in your home value and family.
I have a panic attack like every day at this rate, Brendan.
Has the most vibrant and long-lasting colors in the industry. Every day is a vacation in your Nicolai Staycation Paradise. Tell your contractor you want Nicolai. Happy Days, New York State's #1 adult use cannabis dispensary on Route 109 in Farmingdale, is now delivering to all of Long Island. Enjoy free same-day discreet delivery to your
Panic
home.
attacks suck, bro.
Go to HappyDays.com.
I had to get screened for cancer
With a large selection.
at my local hospital,
Pick up in store or have it
and now I have all these
delivered.
fucking bills, which is why I have the link in my
7
description.
days a week, 21 and over. Cannabis is not recommended for use by persons who are pregnant or nursing. HappyDaysLI.com. Stay happy.
Technically, I didn't have to get screened for it. I just wanted to get peace of mind.
Well, you know how good the Mets pitching has been this year. Here's some of the inside numbers. They're not giving up much on breaking balls or off-speed pitches. They're getting lots of ground balls, and The opposition's not hitting the ball very far. It's 10 games, but some of the breakdown.
It all adds up to a leading 1.72 earned run average coming into this game.
And only 4 home runs allowed in the first 10 games. That's the fewest of any staff in the league. That certainly helps. Now Stowers leads off in the third for Miami. He popped up his first time.
Stowers pop up.
This one out to left.
Left. Nimmo tracking it. Nimmo with the out, one away.
Clay Holmes in the third.
You know, another thing, too, their walks are down. Last year, they led the league in walks. It's led them by a big margin. They're down this year.
Although still higher than it should be. Correct. They're about 3.7 walks per nine.
That's too many.
There's Matt Burvis, who struck out his first time up, and certainly Holmes has been a big piece of that. He's now walked 8 batters
Counts on one.
in 12 innings this year. It's obviously a much higher rate than you'd like. Could be a lot of that today, still blowing around on the field.
Don't litter, fans.
Well,
That's
they're
upstairs.
doing such
Counts
a better
1-1.
job these days of sending grounds crew members or other personnel out to pick up some of the trash between innings. Used to be that it would accumulate for the entire game.
Right.
Swing and a miss. Counts 1 and 2.
Holmes. That's a pitch he needs against those left-hand hitters. It's a pitch that he worked so hard on in spring training, that kick change.
They're really playing him for the pull on the infield.
Burvis hit 2 home runs on Saturday in Atlanta.
Shadow's making it tough on the hitters.
In there for a call.
Got him, struck him out, 2 outs.
Fastball. Burvis didn't think so.
Burvis is unhappy.
Brings him up. And that's the 4th strikeout for Clay Holmes.
A lot of the hitters moan a little bit about that high
No,
strike.
they're not the same time every day.
But Walsh behind. I thought Paul Clemens called a good game yesterday. Behind the plate, he's at third. But a lot of the hitters complain upstairs because there was a long period of time they didn't call that pitch.
That's low.
They're
Counts 1 and 0.
call the high strike now. I've noticed the last couple of years, and the hitters are going to have to make that adjustment.
Griffin Conant walked and scored a run on the first inning.
Low again.
Takes fastball strike, and it's 1-1.
Counts 1 and 1.
I always felt a pitch up in the strike zone was a boo-boo. Yeah.
Well, but then so many hitters tailored their swing
Hit
to hit the low ball.
and base hit.
Throws a base hit in right field.
Man on first.
So he's aboard for the second time. That took the sinker out of play for a lot of pitchers, and they started pitching more upstairs, but now the sinker's coming back into vogue. So it's that yin and yang of baseball.
Threw another change up here, Gare, and it's up. And he didn't get any sense because it was up.
So Conant at first with 2 down. Now Otto Lopez walked his first time up. He takes first pitch slider for a strike, 0-1.
Counts 0 and 1.
32-year-old Clay Holmes, pride of Dothan, Alabama, now makes his home in Nashville. And he nicks the outside corner with that
Counts 0 and
slider,
2.
quickly ahead on Lopez 0-2. And Holmes, a 9th round pick by the Pirates in 2011, got to the big leagues with Pittsburgh in 2018. Had not started a game since then. And a swing and a miss, and
Got
Lopez
him,
down
struck him
3
out.
straight sliders. And Holmes has his 5th strikeout to get himself to the top of the third.
All right, we're going to bottom of the third.
Join the morning with adults like Maria, who've taken Ozempic. I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes 10 years ago. It was overwhelming, but it didn't stop me from opening my own salon. I'm Maria, and this is what my Ozempic era looks like. I'm lowering my A1C, and I lost some weight too. I also learned some people take Ozempic to lower the risk of major cardiovascular events like stroke, heart attack, or death, and others take it to lower the risk of worsening chronic kidney disease. Don't share needles or pens or reuse needles. Don't take if you or your family had MTC, MN2, or if allergic to it. Stop taking it. Medical help right away if you get a lump or sore in your neck or any of these allergic reactions. Tell your provider if you plan to have surgery or a procedure, are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
Serious side effects may include inflamed pancreas, gallbladder or severe stomach problems, or changes in vision. Call your prescriber if you have any of these symptoms. Taking with a sulfonylurea or insulin may raise low blood sugar risk. Common side effects include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, constipation. Some side effects lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. Discover the GLP-1 with the most FDA-approved uses. Ozempic.
We were born on the battlefield and answered the call when America needed us most. From the original Freedom Machine came the original SUV, and we built every Wrangler and Gladiator right here in Toledo. The Grand Cherokee and Grand Wagoneer built right here in Michigan. We've always stood for American freedom. Now with our Freedom of Choice pricing program, you can choose your offer. Cash incentives or employee pricing for all. Jeep, America's most patriotic brand. Then, now, forever.
Jason is really fired up for the Cinnamon Toast Crunch Challenge.
Look at him.
Just Cinna dusting his way to victory.
Think maybe I know this stuff.
Win the day.
All right, Brandon, thanks for stopping by.
Well, third inning, that's down 2-1. Hayden Singer leads off against Connor Gillespie. And Gillespie misses with his first pitch to Singer. So Gillespie's now faced 9 hitters. This is the night. And he's thrown a first pitch ball to all 9.
A lot of them upstairs. That fastball is just eluding him.
It's a hard way to live, but he's only given up 1 hit and 1 walk. And we'll chop it on the left of the mound, and Gillespie's on it. 1 out.
And out at first. Was that Singer?
You know, there are certain garments that are meant for days like this. That would be one. That's a good one.
Lindor back up at bat.
Francisco Lindor launched his first home run of the year into the second deck in right field in the first inning. 5th straight game that he's led off with a hit. So we did a little more research on the leading off games with hits in consecutive games. The only player who's had a longer streak than Lindor is Jose Reyes. He did it twice. He had 7 straight in 2006 and 2011. And nobody else has had
Counts 1-0.
more than 5. And Lindor is at 5. And he tracks this one down the right field line toward the
That's
pole.
foul.
But foul. So
I was not going to get
that
excited. That was foul the whole
1
time.
ball, 1 strike.
Looks like he's got the measure of Gillespie.
You don't want to hit the ball down the right field line today.
Feel one, but I'm not
He's
one.
going to take it foul.
Unless you hit a yep, it's going to hook it. You're right.
Max is here.
Weird. Lindor takes a low pitch, counts 2-1.
2 balls and a strike. Well, we're going back to 2024 beams now. Max and the Grimace. One after the other. Where's Glizzy? Is he? Up and in. And Gillespie falls behind Lindor 3-1. It was a 3-1.
Counts 3-1.
Lindor had it in the ballpark in the first inning.
Let's see if he comes back with a fastball.
3 hits last night for Francisco. Homer first time up today. Juan Soto waiting on deck. And that one jammed him, and it rolls right back out to the pitcher.
And that was a sloppy hit back to the pitcher. Out at first is Lindor.
He came up and in, out of the strike zone, he check swing, and this happens, and you just go, oh. You know what? When it happens with a runner on third base with less than 2 outs, that really is a double hurt. You can see the expression.
He was hoping this would be a foul ball, but no such luck.
No, he made contact.
So 2 out and nobody on now. Soto flying to left his first trip.
Ball inside.
So Gillespie with a chance for his first 1-2-3 inning.
Counts 1-0 for Juan Soto.
And he still hasn't thrown a first pitch strike. 11 batters, 11 first pitch balls.
That's in the
And that
dirt.
changes down 2 balls, no strikes.
Counts 2-0.
playing in Cleveland, where it's even colder than it is here. No score in the fourth.
The show must go on.
Guardians and White Sox. Home opener for Cleveland. Last team to open at home.
Oh, nice backdoor curve.
Looks like a curve. Counts 2-1.
Hitters count, and you throw the backdoor to breaking ball and a good one. The hitter's just going to spit out. Okay, I'm going to go. That's not what I want to hit 2-0.
And Soto takes a strike.
Counts 2-2.
It's interesting how he's got command, much better command of his own secondary pitches than his fastball.
Two coming. And Soto
Ripped it. That's a base hit. Tying run on first thanks to Juan Soto.
Reaching base safely now for the 11th straight game to start the year with a 2-out single.
And you can just tell, at least I feel, this is my feeling, is that Soto's not really right, and he still gets his hit. I talk about widespread stance. You can look how widespread his feet are. Look at that.
Very little stride.
Yep, and he bends that back knee.
Nobody has better hip rotation than he does.
And he's just, I'm going to look forward to watching him as the year progresses.
He winds up grounded out to short his first time up. Soto at first with 2 down. Pete got a breaking ball.
Pete breaking ball, fouling back, counts 0-1. Alonso 0-for-1 on the day.
He's not been missing much. He's got 29 career home runs against Miami, more than he has against any other team, and more than any Met has ever hit against the Marlins.
He's tied for 6th for RBI with 11.
Oh, 2 to Pete.
That's down.
Off the plate, 1 and 2. Last year, Pete had 34 home runs, one more than Francisco Lindor for the club league. Gillespie finally threw a first pitch strike. This at best. 1 out of 12. Connor Gillespie making just his 3rd major league start.
Counts 1-2 for Alonso.
That's to a 1 on 4 hits over 5 innings his last time out. So for 1 and 2 hits so far today. And Pete foul tips 1 for strike 3. No, popped out of the
Pete
glove,
just
popped
got
out
a piece of that.
So Nate's unable to hang on, and Alonso gets a life. Gillespie again steps off, so that's 2 disengagements. And
Counts 1-2.
Telling Soto that over at first base, so he can take a little bigger lead. Well, sells that fastball high, and you're right. He's able to throw all of his pitches for
Counts
strikes
2-2.
except his fastball miss. Brandon Nimmo would be next. Alonso waits on a 2-2 pitch.
Upstairs, slider, full count.
Soto will get set to run. Bergman's holding him on, leaving that right side hole open. 3-2 coming to Alonso. And Pete
Alonso pop up. Shallow right. Playable, maybe. No, it dropped. It's a fair ball. Juan Soto going to go around, tag. Tie. And Alonso is on base. We're tied at 2 apiece. What's up, Morales?
Xavier Edwards hit one down the line that he couldn't get to. And Stowers kept on trying to track it through the wind and just never
2-2 with Alonso on second base with 2 outs.
To make it 2-2.
I have never seen a Texas leaguer like that high have an RBI in it and a double.
And it did not bounce out of play.
Right.
It bounced up against the netting so that it stayed in play, and that allowed Soto to score all the way from first base. So a wind-aided double for Alonso gets the Mets even. And now Nimmo will try and get them in front. He takes a slider for a strike.
Nimmo takes a strike, counts 0-1.
Just kind of picked it up late there.
He didn't have to run very hard. The ball was in the air that entire time.
I don't think he was aware that the ball wasn't play. I was relying on Mike Sarbaugh, the third base coach.
Nimmo stops the swing on a pitch up and in. Well, they say he swung. 0-2.
Counts 0-2 for Nimmo. He smirks. I don't know why.
Interesting.
So that gift double for Alonso gives him a dozen RBIs for the year. And the Mets have come from 2 runs down to get even in this game. 2-out single by Soto, and then the wind-aided double for Alonso.
What's today? Tuesday?
Nimmo, I think, just found out that that was a strike. It certainly did not appear as though he swung.
I didn't think that he swung.
Floppy hand. He's going to be out at first.
There's Lopez.
All right, well, we're tied, and we're going to commercial break. We're going to the 4th. I'll be right back. In the 4th.
Conditions, 2 after 3.
Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we saved hundreds by bundling our home and auto insurance.
It's pronounced Liberty. Liberty. Let's try, kid. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Liberty.
What time is it? Showtime! You know what's surprising?
So at 2 a.m.?
Oh, no. The prize is you can win scratch-off games from winning the lottery.
That is surprising.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Bonkers.
Seriously, that is outrageous. Nothing surprises a New Yorker like new monthly scratch-off games from the New York Lottery. The prize is up to $10 million.
Challenge. Hey, pal. Do you know who's
See you, Dad. Happy birthday, Alex. That's so sweet. You remembered.
It's all about connecting with seamless connectivity from Spectrum.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe rich is less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering magic. The key to being rich is knowing what counts.
Fourth inning, Mets have tied up the game 2-2 after Clay Holmes fell in a 2-0 hole in the first inning. Holmes has had base runners in every inning. 51 pitches through 3 innings. He faces Liam Hicks, who drove in the 2 Marlins runs with an opposite field single in the first inning. And Hicks takes fastball for a strike, 0-1. 6, 7, and 8 in the Miami batting order. Hicks, then Derek Hill and Grant Pauly against Holmes in the 4th. Miami 2 runs, 4 hits. The Mets 2 runs, 3 hits. And Hicks goes after a changeup and misses, 0-2.
Counts 0-2.
Tries to change up again and it misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Got him.
Swinging 3 straight changeups from Holmes. And that's 6 strikeouts for Clay Holmes, matching his career high.
Boy, Hicks just had bad body language that entire at bat. He just got eaten up a lot.
1 away.
1 out of the 4th. Let's go out to the elements with Steve Gelbs.
Well, you know, Gary, I decided I wasn't going to do a traditional report today. These fans are out here in the elements. It is a brutal day for baseball. So I'm going to be a vendor. I'm passing out some hot chocolate here. And, you know, as I was walking around just to get to this spot, I had plenty of fans say, how much for hot chocolate? The first man that recognized me was this one right here. He says his last name is Metz. And he said if his last name is Metz, he gets some hot chocolate.
Counts
so
0-1.
Say, oh, I'm the vendor. Go ahead. What's your name? What's your name? George Metz. George Metz. Now, George Metz, we have a beautiful array of potential toppings. Do you want a traditional hot chocolate? Would you like marshmallows? What are we not doing? Look at what Lucky Charms marshmallows, or one of 4 different types of whipped cream. Which type of whipped cream? Strawberry, creamy, original? The original. All right, Russ, go ahead. Here, George. How long have you been a fan, George? Forever. Why did you decide to come out here today and stay?
Struck him out. 2 outs.
Hi, is this George's wife? This is Mrs. Met. Mr. Met and Mrs. Met. George, thanks so much for coming out. Enjoy the hot chocolate. All right, Russ, here's your microphone back. Guys, should I do some classic calls?
I think you're doing a great job there, Steve. Just remember, if you don't give out the hot chocolate quickly, it very rapidly becomes cold chocolate.
I got you. There we go. All right, get the hot chocolate here. Hot cocoa, hot chocolate. All right, cold day. Here's something to warm you up. Here you go, sir. Enjoy. No jacket.
Steve Gelbs is so funny, man.
Sure, you can get a picture of me really quickly. You don't want the hot chocolate to turn cold. It's my brother. Brother. Hi, brother.
Counts 0-2.
All right, guys, take your choice of toppings with Russ here. Hot chocolate. There you go. Get your hot
Struck him out. 3 outs.
Clay Holmes strikes out the side, and Steve is striking up a lot of friendships.
We heard you. Savings should be easy. So we created the new Stop and Shop Savings Station.
Steve Gelbs
Quickly
is a character,
scan your
man.
card or enter your phone number to activate your weekly digital coupons and personalized offers. Shop smarter.
Is he not be? Is he not a character, Steve Gelbs? I think he is. I think he's a riot.
Call them clean bikes, am I right? Yeah. Because of dirt bike.
Gas stations.
You gotta start at the top and work your way down. Want me to do yours next? Oh, you're from Oklahoma.
They have to fill the silence.
The bathroom code's 9914.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your whole auto when you bundle with us.
Look at this hot rodder.
Girls' night. Look, this you got burritos from last time? No, but it's great.
Aw, really, babe? That makes me sad.
Nice. Oh, this really makes me smart.
Thanks. With Ring, you can type it and find it.
For more than a decade, Forciga has been trusted again and again and again. Ask your doctor about Forciga.
This week, Stop and Shop for great deals. Stop and Shop 80% lean ground beef is $3.49 per pound. Doritos or party-sized Lay's potato chips are 2 for $6 when you buy 2. And red or green seedless grapes are $1.69 per pound. Stop and Shop. Feed the moment.
Everybody in attendance trying their best to stay
That's
warm
chocolate
on
here.
a cold, blustery afternoon, and Steve Gelbs doing his best to warm up the patrons as well with his hot chocolate, complete with whipped cream vendor behind him. That would be Russ.
Oh, God, he's back.
I thought everybody would be thrilled that I was out here handing out hot chocolates. This guy over here just says to me, hey, are you just going to stand there or are you going to hand these out? Should I give this to you? That was a little rude. No, I'm just kidding. You want two? Go ahead. Russ has some.
Fouling back for Vientos. Counts 0-1.
What we got, guys?
She's my choice, too, babe.
How much you want to pay? Whatever I want, huh? How about $20 goes to the Keith Hernandez Foundation? No, I'm just kidding.
That's a human fund.
All
Upstairs, counts 1-1 for Vientos.
Already has one.
Vientos grounded out in the second. He's got 1 RBI on the season. Nothing else to report.
It sounds like the Patriots are pretty perky out there, Steve.
Very perky out here today. Much. Yes, you did ask me for one. You're not a lifelong Mets fan?
Get over to center. Out. Vientos out. No, I don't remember that.
You run out of hot chocolate. I think there's going to be a mutiny.
Why don't we find out? All right, hot chocolate, 3 to go. 3 to go. Who wants it? Raise your hand. Oh, someone behind me? There you go. I like the aggressiveness. Hey, check in with Russ for a lot of topping possibilities. All right, guys, we have 2 hot chocolates already. Right over here. That's a winner. Don't hurt yourself.
Oh, crappy hit back to the pitcher from Marte. He dropped it. And Marte, did he beat it out? He did. He beat it out. He's on first.
But he failed to pick the ball up. And Marte reaches on the miscue.
That's got to be E1, I would think.
E1?
And it is.
Just they take his eye off. No, he just didn't get there. Just missed it. Flat missed it.
So, Steve, we've heard a lot about Russ and his toppings. We have yet to see any topping action.
Look right here. But you know what Russ is doing?
Taylor up that bat.
Down here.
We don't see him yet. Hold on. Now we will.
Okay, so Russ over here just
Counts 1-0.
These patrons put their own toppings on.
Really?
Laziness.
I mean, he should pay them for that.
I completely agree. I'm sorry? Yes, the little kids can have, there you go. And for the most eccentric outfit out here, you get my final one. How'd you come up with that? What is this? Just a bear? A polar bear?
It's sort of a polar bear.
Polar bear. Thunder buddies for life. From 10. All right, go enjoy yourself. Stay warm. Toppings over there with Russ.
Steve, are you all out of hot chocolate now?
All out.
All right, so I have one really important question vis-a-vis our conversation the other night. What's going on with your hair now?
Oh, it's a mess. You want to see it?
No.
Counts 1-2.
Yes, Keith made that one.
It's a mess.
It looks exactly the same.
It's a mess.
It's exactly the same.
Take the camera with it.
They're having the time of their life.
Right, it looks awful. All right, Steve. Stay warm. 1-2 to Tyrone Taylor, who popped up his first time on. Marte at first and 1 out.
That's down. Counts 2-2.
Dirt, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, I'm glad that Steve was able to make it through the hot chocolate routine without, causing a mutiny.
Russ has got the goodies. I was supposed to do that.
Oh, really?
Craig wanted me to do it Saturday. And
Foul territory behind first into the wall there. Oh,
staggering in a circle before that ball.
The netting. Keep the count 2-2.
Say that I'm glad I didn't have to do that.
Well, I think it would have caused a different kind of commotion if you had shown up with the hot chocolate.
I'd have been freezing. I'm sure Steve is.
Yeah, but he has the good grace not to tell us.
I wonder if his hair froze.
For him, better the freezing cold, windy conditions.
2-2 count.
The blistering sun.
Throw over to first, not in time.
How he tends. Not at all.
He's a bad face.
Time to get the bullpen going. Calvin Fauché, normally used later in games, getting up in the 4th inning. Marte at first, 1 out, 2-2 coming. And fouls off that.
Another foul. Two.
67 pitches now for Gillespie through 73 against the Mets in his last start. The seventh pitch of the at-bat to Taylor. Marte runs. It's inside.
Ball inside.
Throw. Nobody even covered.
Marte stole second. No one
Marte
covered.
has his first stolen base of the year.
Not bad for an almost 40-year-old.
So Starling Marte, the leading active career base stealer, swipes the 321st of his big league career. And Taylor's
Taylor's going to pop up.
See how the wind plays this
right.
Way. Lopez tracks it.
Shallow out.
And that's the second out.
2 outs. Marte on second.
It's tied the game in the last inning when Alonso's fly ball blew away from Stowers and landed for a double. But Lopez able to get the clamps on this one. It's at 321. It's 355 stolen bases now for Marte. Didn't mean to short him. So
Brett Beatty up at bat 0 for 1, grounded out in the second. Nothing else to report.
2-0 pitch his first time up and topped it down to first base. Just 2 for 22 to start the year, looking to get that lead run home. That's last night.
Strike counts 0-1.
Position again. They were just 1 for 10, and they come into the game hitting just 157 with runners in scoring position, which makes the fact that they're 7-3 all that more remarkable.
Yes.
Touchdown. Wild pitch. Marte can't go to third, though. Didn't have enough time. Stays on second. Counts 1-1 for Beatty.
They're 0 for 1 today, 0 for 2 today. Runners in scoring positions now to 13 for 85 on the year. Risk. Not list. Risk.
Risk. Like risky business. Shortstop Sanoa standing right behind Marte, so he can't get too big of a leadoff second. And Beatty goes after
big swing and a miss.
Misses, and it's 1-2.
Counts 1-2 for Beatty.
Rental looks so balanced, so aggressive, so locked in spring training, but it's been just the opposite since the season began. Just looks a little off on everything he's swinging. Gillespie's ahead of them 1-2. Beatty with a late swing foul.
Foul. Counts 1-2.
We mentioned Jeff McNeil should be headed for a rehab assignment later this week. Francisco Alvarez is actually ahead of that. Alvarez is going to start a rehab assignment tomorrow for St. Lucie. So Francisco Alvarez coming back from a broken bone in his hand, getting that much closer. See how shallow Hill's playing in center field, Keith?
Wow. That's a little absurd. So is the right fielder. Wendell carried a ball carried a right.
Did he go around?
He went around on the half
Oh, he is
so
awful.
He's down on strikes.
3 outs. We're going to the fifth.
For Gillespie. Oh, there you go. That's applying it directly. Way to go, Steve.
Sports Night on SNY.
I'd rather Acuna be out there.
Up to the minute news
We start their next with one soda.
on all your New York teams.
What was the big win for the Rangers?
All night, every night, starting at 11 p.m. only on SNY.
Sports here.
Anchorage Paving Stones make your outdoor dreams come true.
God, you need more emotion. Let's move on. Action.
Our unique ArborTech process keeps colors rich and they'll stay beautiful for years to come.
Emphasize ArborTech. Check more.
It's not easy work with them. With Cambridge, you can easily make your outdoor dreams come true.
Apartment 2B.
To me, she's definitely using that Grubhub deal from Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
Amazon Prime member, you can get $0 delivery fees on Grubhub. Eligible orders only. Terms and additional fees apply.
$149, $199. That'll be $37.88. I'm not a math major. I just love groceries.
Get Betty Crocker brownie, cake mix, or frosting, 4 for $5. And bowl and basket flour, just $1.99 with your Price Plus Club card. Shop right. We are here.
If it's actions that speak louder than words, we let the versatile, adventure-ready BMW X3 show you what we need. BMW X3. The ultimate driving machine. Lease the 2025 BMW X3 30 Extra for $659 per month.
There's your fifth inning recount. Clay Holmes gave up a couple of runs in the first inning. Francisco Lindor got one back with a home run. A Wynn-dated double for Alonso drove in the second run, and Holmes is going to hit stride. He struck out his last 4 batters on just 13 pitches, which is one more than the minimum. And he gets the first pitch strike over to Javier Sanoja, leading off in the 5th.
Counts 0-1.
Holmes had a really efficient
For Sanoja.
best inning of the season for him. I mean, he had everything going for him.
Ooh, strike. Holmes got the call.
Holmes has now struck out 8, which is the most he's ever struck out in a big league game. Well, look at that guy. 17. Yeah, those are the days. Those are the days, my friend. I thought they'd never end. Sing and dance forever and a day. That's Mary Hopkin. You know, she was discovered by Paul McCartney. Really?
Counts 1 and 2.
Sanoja had a base hit that was caught stealing. Going to strike him out, throw him out, double play in the second inning. And he struck him out again.
Ooh, he struck him out.
Got him with a slider. That's 5 consecutive strikeouts for Clay Holmes.
5 Ks in a row for Holmes.
Matches the high for a mid this season. So his sinker usage last year
That's pretty good,
50%,
boys.
and as his starts have gone on this year, his sinker usage has dropped. He's got a lot more weapons to go to. He's thrown a lot of sweepers today. Third time around the order now, Xavier Edwards, who takes it high, ball 1.
Ball counts 1
Trying to get
and
through the 5th inning for the first time this season. He went 4 2/3 in each of his first 2 starts. And Edwards takes that sweeper for a strike.
Ooh, sweeper strike. He's getting all the calls right now, Holmes. Counts 1 and 1.
So that breaking ball in good slow spots.
Ball.
Balls and strike to Edwards. There
Counts
you see
2 and
the
1 for
breakdown
Edwards.
today. So a lot of changeups, particularly for the left-hand batters. And that sweeper has been a big pitch for him.
Another good one, Gary. He is painting that.
2-2 count.
He's going to the breaking ball because he's feeling it.
Well, that was always his second pitch with his sinker as a relief pitcher. Which is had to add some more weapons as a starter. But that is part of his bread and butter. And he's feeling it today. So to Edwards with Kyle Stowers on deck. And Edwards takes the sinker the other way.
Foul. Third base side. Stowers on deck for Miami. He's 0 for 2.
Edwards, who was born in Mineola, grew up in Florida, Coconut Creek, now playing for his hometown team against his birth city team. It's a New York, Florida guy playing in a
2-2 count.
New York, Florida game. Yeah, it feels like 28. Sounds about right. Wind is just howling out of the northwest, blowing from left across toward right. And we've seen it affect several balls in play in this game. It's certainly affecting everybody sitting out in the cold today. I say Frio, all power to him. I mean, you have to be a true and utter diehard. Because, you know, there's no guarantee that Steve Yelp's going to come around with hot chocolate for you. Edwards jumps away from a fastball inside. It's 3-2.
That's a ball.
Just trying to keep that hand warm. Get some moisture on his fingers. And Edwards moves one to shallow center.
Shallow center. Taylor tracking out.
And that's the second out. So after 5 straight strikeouts, Holmes mixes in a fly ball out.
2 outs.
Now he's got a chance for a second straight 1-2-3 inning, and his first time in through 5 innings. Threw 85 pitches in his last start, 73 so
Stowers
far.
0 for 2 pop out fly out. 1 home run on the season.
He's getting a lot of downward break.
Stowers has made an out on the first pitch in each of his first 2 at-bats, and Holmes this time starts him out with the fastball out of the strike zone.
Oh, there we go.
All wrapped up.
The mummy.
Spidey sense. And Stowers fouls back the fastball. It's 1-1.
Foul, counts 1-1.
They've been pounding Stowers with fastballs upstairs. 0 for 2 both balls in the air. He's got that low ball swing going to that fastball above the belt.
So the way Buto went up the ladder with him last night to strike him out of the 8th inning. We were talking
Foul,
about
counts 1-2.
And the fact that his quick 7th was a huge key for the Mets last night. Have enabled Carlos Mendoza to use him for the 8th. And he really didn't have anybody else to pitch the 8th inning because A.J. Minter, they don't feel is quite ready to work back-to-back days yet. So Buto really saved their bacon. Swing and a miss. Got him with that slider. That is 10 strikeouts for Clay Holmes.
Wow, that's 10 Ks on the day
this year
for Holmes. Holy smokes, this is his house.
You can stop
Get it?
being
Holmes'
sleepy
house.
without feeling sleepy.
Commercial break. Mets up after this.
Fast, non-drowsy allergy relief with Allegra. It's a no-brainer. See Disney Snow White now playing. Rated PG. Luxury isn't about where you go. It's about how you feel getting there. With the thrill of 375 horsepower and the convenience of a 14.5-inch display. It's about being able to see things quicker than ever. And turning a playlist into a concert. Welcome to the 2025 Genesis GB80 and GB70. Get the GB70 for 2.99% APR for 60 minutes. Exclusively from Tri-State Genesis retailers.
Welcome back to Pop Jones. I find out things in life, like ordering more to save more from Up Parents and it's all $6.99.
Why are you whispering? We're making you Papa Parents for $6.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
What is this? 1974? Hank Aaron, 715th home run.
Years ago today, and there's his mom giving up the hug of her life. Hank Aaron, who went through so much death threats and just hatred toward the idea that he would break Babe Ruth's record, and he did it with incredible grace. Wound up hitting 755 home runs for his career.
Wow.
Boy, he could get on top of a high fastball.
Calvin Fauché on in relief for the Marlins as we go to the bottom of the 5th.
So I was at a card show once, years ago, and someone comes over to me and goes, "Mr. Aaron would like your
Calvin
autograph."
Fauché on the mound.
Mr. Aaron wants my autograph.
I said, sure. We miss Hank. He was a man of incredible grace. Peyton Sager hit a comeback.
Counts 1-1.
First time up. And Fauché misses upstairs with the sweeper. 2 balls and a strike. So Connor Gillespie went 4 innings through 73 pitches. Gave up 2 runs, 3 hits, a walk, 2 strikeouts, a home run. And while Clay Holmes on the other side has hit his stride and struck out 10, he never struck out more than 6 in a game. And he becomes the first Met pitcher to strike out 10 this year. 45 degrees for Hank Aaron. Yep.
Perfect. Fauché was the one that gave up the 3-run homer to Pete, correct? In that 6-5 deal?
Counts 2-2 for Sanger.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. It was a game the Mets came from behind and won it in 11 innings. Last Wednesday in Miami. The sinker fouls off the sinker. Still 2-2. Francisco Lindor on deck.
Count stays 2-2.
In the fifth. And Singer lines one in left field. Breaks his back and gets.
And Singer's on base. Broken bat single for Sanger.
Well, stay level, and the bat shatters. Strong enough to get it out there.
Back to Lindor.
Might not have been the best, the first time that anybody said this about anybody, but it was a great line. Joe Adcock saying, trying to sneak a fastball by Hank Aaron's, like trying to sneak the sunrise past a rooster.
And there's an error there.
Grounder by Lindor, and the Mets have 2 men on.
Mets have 2 on.
Burris was thinking about throwing that ball to second base before he had it in his glove.
I might be. I may take a glance at it.
Oh boy, that's a double play right there. Second error in the ball game.
So now Juan Soto will come up.
Juan Soto with 2 on and no out.
To untie this game. Soto had a base hit to right field and scored.
Let's see what we can do here, boys.
Blown double in the third. Oh, it's 9 errors in 11 games. Mets have committed only 4. Seger at second. Lindor at first with nobody out. And Soto thinking about a bunt, and it gets behind him.
And that's a wild pitch.
Sanger hesitated and did not advance.
And Sanger did not advance. He hesitated. Damn.
Interesting. That's the 3rd time this year, and twice in this series we've seen Soto square around on the first pitch all the time. And I don't think that he was going to bunt.
No, I don't think so either, but
he's not paid to bunt runners over. But
Lindor and Soto were telling Sanger to go. Damn it, Sanger. That's down.
He takes a cutter that
counts 2-0. Juan Soto 1 for 2, single and a run.
Base coaching, wave Singer over the third.
Yeah, that single in the third inning. Alonso on deck, he's 1 for 2.
I'm confident that nobody out wasn't going to take the chance.
Big pitch right here. Good pitch to hit.
Soto looking for his first hit with a runner in scoring position this season, and he flies.
Ripped it. Go, go, go. Right center. Damn, he's out at the warning track.
They'll go to third.
Sanger went to third.
So it's a productive out for Soto. He gets that going.
So runners on first and third with 1 out. Here comes Alonso.
But he's now 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. And so it's left to Pete Alonso, who has been driving in the runs. He's got a dozen RBIs after his fly ball double. Brought in Soto in the third. And the Marlins are going to bring their infield in. This is not the first time Clayton McCullough has done this. This is hard to believe. It doesn't make any sense. It's first
ball upstairs.
You have a slow runner at the plate.
Counts 1-0.
You got to play for the double play.
I don't understand.
This is not the first time he's done this either. Now they're moving back a little bit. They're still playing. They're halfway.
Bounce in the dirt.
Down by Hicks on a sinker in the dirt. 2
Ryans don't advance.
Fauché is going to get himself in trouble falling behind the count again.
Counts 2-0.
I mean, is there an analytical reason?
Marlins suck, yeah. What's up, Tommy? What's going on, man?
I mean, for a million years,
now the shortstop's moving. No, he's coming back in halfway. I don't understand.
It makes absolutely no sense. There goes Lindor. It's carved foul down the right side.
Alonso pop-up foul behind the dugout.
Blowout play. Well back in the stand. So Lindor that time taking off with the middle infield.
Counts 2-1 for Alonso.
Out of position. Pete off to a great start.
That's
So much of the pressure off his shoulders.
he's focused.
Sorry to hear that, Tommy.
I mean, he's
That's
not
down,
just
count 3-1.
He's getting his base hits. He's laying off pitches out of the strike zone. He's doing all the things that he did in that first season when he not only hit 53 home runs, but hit for average as well.
It's a big learning year.
3-1 count.
O'Shea behind him 3-1.
Throw it to first, not in time.
It's almost leading the wrong way.
It's even no matter how many year veteran you are, you're never too old or too seasoned to learn from experience. And Pete weathered the storm. He is focused this year.
Second throw for Lindor just got back.
Wow, he almost picked off Lindor. He got back in time, though, but it was close.
So now, after 2 throwovers, puts O'Shea in a difficult spot in terms of holding Lindor on.
You got the first baseman in position not to make a tag. I don't like that.
Right one to Alonso with Nimmo on deck. Here goes Lindor, and it's foul back.
Alonso fouling back, full count.
Oh, that's one Pete wants back. Lindor had the base swiped too.
If it was going on 3-1, it was certainly only going on 3-2 to stay out of the double play.
Absolutely. And they're still now you can make the argument for halfway,
Right, because the runner's going to be going right. 3-2, he goes, and it's fouled off.
Fought off a tough sinker inside.
Foul. Keep the count full for Alonso.
Small but boisterous crowd on a cold, blustery afternoon.
Now the Met fans true to the orange and blue here.
Come on, hurry down. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming to Alonso. Lindor runs again, and
Alonso yanks it, fouled at third base side.
Out of the way. So as the at-bat continues, who gets the upper hand?
Well, it's the hitter's advantage here, even if it wasn't extending this at bat. If it's 3-2, he's in trouble.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
So now Nimmo gets another opportunity. It's got a rough go for Nimmo with runners in scoring position. Grounded out with a runner at second base.
All right, bases loaded. Sorry. Nimmo up at bat 0 for 2.
Position this year.
Bases loaded, only 1 out.
Xavier Curry gets up in the Marlins bullpen. Now they're bringing the
Nimmo probably double play. I hope not. He's laughing about something. I don't know what he's laughing at, though.
Still play halfway. Garrett, and try to get 2 with Nimmo when you're halfway.
Nimmo don't swing.
Well. You're just exposing the infield for a base hit.
Sanger, Lindor, and then Alonso on first.
Alonso at first with 1
Nimmo up at bat. Bases loaded, 1 out.
Cracks one out to left field.
That's off the wall. That should bring 2 home. Come on, Lindor. Lindor going to third, and he'll score. And Alonso's big ass went to third. Boom. 4-2 Mets.
After a frustrating night last night and a frivolous at bat with a runner in scoring position in the third, Nimmo gets another crack at it, and he comes through.
Hanging slider going the other way. Now look how shallow
Nice.
Conine is playing. That is a fly ball that could have been caught.
You were wrong, B.
Marlins have been playing a very shallow.
Instead of hitting it into a double play,
this time.
you got a pair of RBIs.
Against the wind, it's still got over Conine's head.
And Nimmo's on second. Alonso's on third. Only 1 out. And I think pitching coach is going to go to the mound. He's going to keep the pitcher, and I got to pee real quick.
First baseman Mervis and a walk to Alonso loaded them. And Nimmo cashes in 2 with an opposite field double to give the Mets their first lead of the day.
You're right. And he hit that into the teeth of the wind, and it wasn't a line drive. It was a fly ball where the wind should have knocked it down. He clocked it. But the Marlins have been playing such a shallow outfield.
Well, you can understand it center and right because the wind is blowing across that way. But boy, out to left. So the infield will stay in now with second and third and one out. Mark Vientos coming up. Mark has grounded out and flied out 0 for 2. 2 more in scoring position for Vientos. And he takes a sinker inside for ball 1.
So the Mets making it tough on Fauché again.
Jumping on opponents' mistakes.
Ball to Vientos. Counts 1-0.
That's got only 5 hits today, but they've already got 4 runs.
That's down. Counts 2-0.
2-0 to the Vientos. Starting Marte on deck. Fauché 22 pitches deep into this 5th inning, still only 1 out. And he misses inside. He's behind on Vientos.
And just like that, counts 3-0 for Vientos. Marte on deck. He's 0 for 1.
Get Mark a hit sign here.
Alonso at third.
Hit.
Ground ball down.
Grounded to third to first out.
Paulie throws out
Vientos out at first. 2 outs.
3-0, but
Marte coming up to bat.
for the second out of the inning.
Good sinker gunning in there.
Here comes Clayton McCullough, and he's going to make a pitching change.
And we're going to get a call to the bullpen.
So Fauché is out after 2/3 of an inning, and Xavier Curry coming in. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Nissan. Shop Nissan USA.
And a commercial break.
There's no such thing as bad weather. In the all-new Nissan Kicks with intelligent all-wheel drive.
Get kicks starting at just $21,830. 106 Nissan vehicles and starting MSRP under $30,000.
John was the most incredible person I ever met. He was present as a Marine, present as a dad, as a husband. When I was picking up my daughter from daycare, my friend that I would carpool with mentioned that there was an aircraft going down. In an instant, your life does change. I got this call from Hamilton Towers, and she said, "We're going to take care of the mortgage." I'm so grateful for that.
Go to T2T.org. It only takes $11 a month to make a positive impact. What time is it? Showtime!
You know what's surprising?
So at 2 a.m.?
Oh, no. The prizes you get when you win scratch-off games for the winner lottery.
That is surprising.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Bonkers.
Seriously, that is outrageous. That King surprises at New Yorker. That new monthly scratch-off games from New York Lottery. The prize is up to $10 million.
First, we dropped in to tackle any job. Then we put the first muscle truck. Then added the legendary heavy engine. Ram has redefined what a truck can do. Built from the ground up in America. Investing billions more to build what's next. Ram has always powered American freedom. Now with our Freedom of Choice pricing program, visit your local dealer to choose your offer. Cash incentives or employee pricing for all. Because nothing stops America, and nothing stops Ram.
Nice shot of the Manhattan Bridge.
Very nice.
In between the buildings, downtown Brooklyn. Starting Marte facing Xavier Curry with 2 in scoring position. And Curry's first curveball hit for a strike, nothing at 1.
Curry, you sucked up the loss in that extra inning game against the Mets. Gave up the 2 runs, 1.
Curry on the mound, 2 games, ERA 0. Or ER 0, sorry. Counts 0-1 for Marte. Counts 0-2 for Marte. Watch, we're going to end up going right to a commercial break.
That's up 2 runs home here in the 5th. Alonso at third, Demo at second with 2 down. Curry, the former Cleveland Guardian, came over to Miami last year, his 3rd appearance of this season. Just missed.
Just missed, apparently.
2 strikes to Marte.
Counts 1 and 2 for Marte.
It's all about staying warm today. The shower feels so good on a day like this when the day is over. Just not an outdoor shower.
Foul, first base side.
And not a cold shower. There you're Locals brought to you by City for tomorrow.
Max Mayer versus Tyler McGill tomorrow.
So far this year. Max Meyer, the young right-hander, goes for the Marlins. 1:10 first pitch tomorrow for the final game of the series, and then the Mets head west to Sacramento, or west Sacramento. They open their series with the A's Friday night. 1-2 coming to Marte, and he fouls off that curveball to Stanley at bat.
It's the Mets schedule the rest of the week. I know they play one tomorrow.
0-4 at Sutter Health Park heading into their game.
Counts 1 and 2 for Marte.
I'm sure the Sutter is named after Sutter's Mill.
They're off Thursday, and then they have a 10 o'clock game on Friday. I guess it's you guys.
Little floater to shallow right.
Shallow right. It's dropped. Runner's going to go. Alonso scores. Nimmo scored. Drive in 2 for Marte. 6-2 Mets.
Make contact.
Wow. And Marte safe on first.
Just beyond the reach of Otto Lopez to drive in a pair.
Looks like our batters finally woke up.
3 runs that have been on bloops.
Remember, this inning should have long been over.
Taylor pop up. Foul territory maybe? No, it's right field. It's right field. He's out. All right. Well, that's the end of 5. It's 6-2 Mets.
4 in the 5th and give Clay Holmes a 6-2 lead going to the 6th.
Good shit.
Current owners and lessees of an eligible competitive luxury brand vehicle get this low mileage lease on this 2025 Cadillac Lyric all-wheel drive luxury one for around $489 per month.
You see a car, you can find it on Auto Trader, even my TV detective car. Just put your info in the Kelly Blue Book My Wallet, browse personalized monthly payments from dealers in your area, then start and finish the deal online. Case closed.
This is not a blue moon. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. A Valencia orange makes a blue moon, and everything a little brighter.
The gates are pumping.
Dad, is mommy finance, bro?
She switched careers to make money for your wedding.
Ooh, the Asian market's blowing up. Hey, who wants shots, huh? Shots? No.
The right money moves aren't as aggressive as you think.
A blind spot that's never out of sight. How it should. The Hyundai Tucson. Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month for 36 months, or get 3.99% APR for 72 months today.
Chicken wing. Introducing the bold with Caliente Cantina Chicken Wing from Taco Bell. Here for a limited time.
Fanatic Sportsbook presents streaming of SNY now on the MLB app. Scan the code to download the MLB app today. Your new streaming home for SNY.
Pop up. Right field. Soto. Got the out. 1 away.
Soto makes the grab, and that's the first out.
1 down.
The news from the Dominican Republic today was shocking and awful. In case you didn't hear, there was a roof collapse at a nightclub in which dozens of people were killed, and among the dead was former Met Octavio Dotel. Octavio was a delightful person who wound up pitching for 13 different teams, but he started out with
Counts all 1 for Conine.
in 1999, and he certainly made his presence felt in that epic game that Robin Ventura won with the Grand Slam single. Dotel worked the last 3 innings and was the winning pitcher. And he only pitched that 1 year for the Mets, but everybody who was ever around Octavio loved him. And he leaves us at the far too young age of 51. A terrible tragedy for so many in the Dominican Republic, but baseball family impacted with the death of Octavio Dotel.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. You're right, Gary. He was a sweet man.
He had the record for most teams to play for it. He played for 13 teams until Edward Jackson came along and broke it. Jackson played for 14 and spread joy wherever he went. Ball for Conine as Holmes didn't get that call. Oh boy. Third walk for Holmes, but his first since the first inning. He retired 8 in a row. And Conine is aboard for the third time.
That was strike 3.
This is only the second time in his career that Clay Holmes has ever recorded an out in the 6th inning. First time came July 14th of 2018 when he pitched a career-high 6 innings for the Pirates against Milwaukee.
Counts 1-0 for Lopez.
Game between 2018 and this year, making the transition. That's a good Oscar Brazaban up in the bullpen.
He has been a pleasant surprise, Mr. Brazaban.
The entire infield is coming out to talk to Holmes, so clearly they're buying some time for the bullpen. Holmes is at 85 pitches, which matches the number he threw in his last start against Miami last Wednesday. By the way, we mentioned last night that when the Mets start their series in Sacramento on Friday, they begin a stretch of 13 games in a row without a day off, and that they're contemplating going to a 6-man rotation. And the way it looks right now, they might be able to get through those 13 days with only one start by that 6th starter, whoever that may be. It doesn't look like Paul.
Strike, counts 1 and 2.
Early enough to take that spot. But they can pitch Canning and Peterson on regular rest and then go to a 6th starter and still give Kodai Senga the 6 days that he needs.
Hit.
He's driven out to right center field.
Right center field.
Goes Soto,
and Soto couldn't get there.
Goes all the way back to the wall. Kodai had stopped at second.
We really need to get to our bullpen.
And Lopez stands at second base for the double.
Almost 90 pitches for Holmes. We got runners on 2nd and 3rd with 1 out for Miami.
Get there in the gap, despite the wind blowing
I don't know if we can give him another batter.
Oh, there's a hanging slider right there, and Lopez drives that ball in the gap. He couldn't get to it. Let's see what Conine doesn't score here. He gets caught going back, and that's why.
That's going to be all for Clay Holmes.
Yeah, we got to take him out.
5 1/3, and Oscar Brazaban will take over for him.
Where's Soto going?
With a 6-2 lead in the 6th, as Holmes, with his longest out of the year, takes his exit. We'll be right back.
We were born on the battlefield and answered the call when America needed us most. From the original Freedom Machine came the original SUV, and we built every Wrangler and Gladiator right here in Toledo. The Grand Cherokee and Grand Wagoneer built right here in Michigan. We've always stood for American freedom. Now with our Freedom of Choice pricing program, you can choose your offer. Cash incentives or employee pricing for all. Jeep, America's most patriotic brand. Then, now, forever.
Earning unlimited cash back make you feel? Well, along with this, and with this, it takes time to feel the joy. First, unlimited 2% cash back, 1% when you buy, and 1% as you pay with the City Double Cash.
So many choices on Booking.com, like this waterfront hotel. Even Yankees fans are loving Boston.
Oh, no.
We're just keeping tabs of horizons
while enjoying your hotel's view of the harbor.
Is that what that is?
And their well-reviewed clam chowder.
That's all they had.
Yeah. And are those your kids dressed as Boston lobstermen?
Not our kids.
With millions of possibilities, you can be a fan of any U.S. city. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
According to me. She's definitely using that threat deal from Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
Amazon Prime member, you can get $0 delivery fees on Grubhub.
Eligible orders only. Terms and additional fees apply. What does it take to face cancer with confidence? It takes an expert team that knows your cancer down to the molecule and makes sure you understand every detail. It takes MSK.
New York Mets baseball on SNY is brought to you by Sage, the official finance software partner of Major League Baseball. By the New York Lottery, get out there and play. And by your local Ford stores, Ford is proud to be the official truck of the Mets. Shea Bridge, fairly clear on a Tuesday. Oscar
Braziban on the mound.
And gets his first sinker in for a strike.
4 games, ERA allowed 0. Is what I'm trying to say.
He's throwing strikes and pounding the strike zone with fastballs.
Last outing against Toronto on Saturday, he threw just
Ball,
25 pitches to get 7 outs. And that'll give you an idea of how many strikes he is throwing.
They brought him in here.
Hicks 1 for 2, 2-run single.
In low leverage, but that 6-5 extra inning
Foul.
game, he came in because of in the 11th inning because there was no pitchers left. They got a 2-out save, and I
Count
think
22.
that was the confidence builder for Braziban. And Mendy, from that point on, has used him now, not as an end of the bullpen guy, but a guy that could come in the middle in high leverage situations.
Comes in here with second and third and 1 out, looking for the strikeout against Hicks. And he gets one on the ground behind first. A run will score. Alonso
Grounded. Alonso gets the out at first, but a run scores. Cut the lead in half.
Lead to 6-3. So an RBI for Hicks is third of the game. You're road ahead. You're streaming home for the Mets. It is
6-3 Mets.
8:80 a.m. and streaming on the free Odyssey app. Day game tomorrow, 1:10 first pitch. Then it's out west.
What's up, Lane?
To Sacramento for 3 and Minnesota for 3 before the Mets come home to play the Cardinals for 4 starting a week from Thursday. Derek Hill.
Hill takes the ball away from the plate. Counts 1-0.
Yeah, I don't know that Mr. Softy's going to get a lot of run today. Well, they're not even manning the Softy machine. Nothing like
Foul, counts
Mr.
21.
Softy came through your neighborhood on a summer day with those bells ringing.
Yep. And kids running to the sound of the ice cream truck.
Nobody's running for Mr. Softy today. Take the day off, Softy. It's an old Softy.
Pop up.
Center field.
Center field.
Taylor back.
Taylor.
Warning track.
Oh, no. It's a home run.
Derek Hill with a 2-run
shit.
homer, and just like that, this is a 1-run game. Hill's first
2-run home run, Derek Hill.
He hit one of the warning track in right center
6-5
his
Mets.
first time up today, and Taylor ran that down. But this one just kept on going
man.
up into the jet stream, and it flies out of here for a 2-run homer.
Well, you
That's
mentioned
not good.
earlier here that the wind blowing from left field foul pole to right, that the ball would carry from right center over, and that ball was clobbered. That's 380 where he hit it out. That's a poke.
So it's now a 6-5 Met lead. And here's Graham Pauley. And Pauley drives one to left. Nimmo
got the out. All right, bottom of the 6th we go. We're only up a run now.
3-spot for the
We're only
Marlins.
up 1 run.
2-run homer. 6-5 New York in the 6th.
For more than a decade, Forsiga has
Yeah, it's not good, B. Damn. Not good.
Mary was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer and couldn't understand why it wasn't discovered sooner. She came to the Porter Law Group looking for answers. Our medical experts reviewed her old mammograms and discovered her doctor's failure to identify clear evidence of cancer a year earlier when she could have been cured. Mary's lawsuit settled before trial for $6.5 million. If you are denied a cure because of a doctor's failure to make a timely diagnosis, call 833-888-LATE or visit NYCancer.
I guess it had something to do with the weather, Lane.
Things in life that can make a big difference, like getting your paycheck early. Direct deposit with Jovia can get you access to your cash up to 2 days sooner. We make saving easier too, with checking options that earn interest or have no overdraft fees. And
And our Stash My Cash feature collects your spare change from each purchase so you save as you spend. Now that's more like it. Jovia Financial Credit Union. Back on the bright side.
Long live the morning routine. Long live friendly competition. Long live cozy nights at home. And long live healthcare that works with your life. Access to great doctors, simple mobile app, convenient locations across Long Island. Absolutely. You have options, but at Catholic Health, we'd like to remind you to choose you first, because we did too. Long live you, and long live Long Island.
Hey, stop!
Connor and Joe are all over the latest report on Mets pitching.
No, I'm not doing the game tomorrow.
Allen and Nolan McLean on the latest episode of the Mets Pod, presented by Tri-State Cadillac. Subscribe and listen wherever you get your podcasts. That's our friend Peter, who sits downstairs and takes more photographs than anybody I've ever seen. I mean, he's got that viewfinder working 24/7. Brett Beatty leads off for the Mets in the home sixth and takes curveball.
Strike to Beatty, counts on one. Beatty 0 for 2 on the day, ground out, strikeout.
2 runs in the fifth. That's not the difference.
Nothing else to report.
And then he retired Taylor to end that fifth inning. Stays on to the sixth to face 8, 9, and 1 in the Mets order. Beatty takes a slider down. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Mets have 3 unearned runs, and that is
counts 1 and 1.
Each team with 6 hits. Derek Hill with the 2-run homer to make this a 1-run game. First home run allowed by the Mets bullpen this season.
That's low. Counts 2 and 1.
Takes that one below the strike zone. 2 balls and a strike. Hayden Singer on deck, and then Francisco Lindor. Connor Gillespie went 4 innings for Miami, allowed 2 runs, 3 hits. Calvin Fauché, 2/3 of an inning, 4 runs, but only 1 of them earned.
Down again, counts 3 and 1. Good layoff there for Brett.
Shadows engulfing the entire field now. Wind continues to howl out of the northwest. And Beatty slaps one on the ground.
Hit over towards third, to first. 9 times. Beatty's on first. Look at that. Beatty's got a base hit.
Safe at first with an infield hit.
All right, good on you, Beatty.
Well, Beatty needed that one, and that's when you play that big shift. You know, not long ago, that would have been a 5-3 on your scorecard.
But we saw Alan Acuna run for Beatty.
Acuna's going to
second base to tighten up the defense.
Acuna's going to come in and run for Beatty.
First. Hayden Singer is the batter. Singer had a broken bat hit to left.
All right, Sanger coming up to bat.
Was the keynote in a 4-run inning. Acuna measures his lead at first base.
He's bunting.
Pushing to bunt.
He's going to move Beatty.
And hits with an off-balance throw, and he got
He's out at first, though, Sanger, but Beatty went to second.
But he did.
Get the pitchers, get the heck out of the way.
Are the Mets going to challenge that?
Curry was in his
They're going to challenge.
Hicks falling on his
Let me
face.
see.
Somehow was able to get enough on
Hicks
his
has
throw.
it,
The
throws
Mets
it.
the call at first base.
Oh, Sanger safe.
So the Mets might get this call going in their direction.
Yeah, Sanger's going to be
Johnson,
safe.
the crew chief, made that call at first base, but it looks like it might get overturned.
That would be the second one that will be overturned.
Here's the replay review as we go to the challenge.
For a game last night on a stolen base.
Play and review presented by Citizens, making sense of play. Morgan Hudson and Todd Tishner are the crew chiefs in the replay center. And I think Hayden Sanger is going to get a bunt hit out of this.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, certainly. It's very little doubt that this will get overturned.
So the Marlins are just playing terrible defense.
It was a beautiful bunt by Sanger.
It was a beautiful bunt, but you got to make that play. That's the big leagues.
All right, calls overturned. Runner safe. So Mets have 2 on. First and second, no outs. Let's see if we can get those runs back. Lindor coming up to bat.
Fred Harrison Freeland's on the road. He's kind of sweat back to where he was in 22, where he was nailing him every time.
Lindor 1 for 3, solo home run and 2 runs. 1 home run in the season, 4 RBIs in the season. Had the home run in the very first.
Inning to get the Mets started, reached on there and scored around the 5th. He's 1 for 3. Dalbo man, sing along.
That's the catcher's ball all the way. A mistake by Curry.
Rodriguez up at the bullpen for Miami. What do we got going on here? We got a pitch comp issue. Still having trouble with the
Pitch com issue. Breaking the action.
Well, for the first time in the regular season this season, the pitch comp automated system failure. Wake up! How about this one? Is this one working? I got another one in my hand in case that one's not working.
All right.
So a couple of infield hits for the Mets.
AJ Minter, left-handed pitcher, warming up in our bullpen.
Up in the bullpen, getting ready to pitch the 7th. Mets trying to extend their lead in the 6th. Marlins have those corners in on the grass. I think Lindor is going to be bunting.
Good Lord. Absolutely not, especially the first baseman.
And we got a pitch clock violation against Curry.
Pitch clock violation against Curry.
Second time he didn't make eye contact, so they call a violation.
First baseman's got to play back. That's nervous.
Counts 1-0.
I don't understand that.
Jeez.
Just begging Lindor to hit one by him.
He's not button, son.
Lindor
Strike.
takes Cutter for a strike.
Counts 1-1.
There's so many things that have happened in these games between the Mets and the Marlins the last 2 weeks that really tell you that you've got a rookie manager in that dugout who I just don't understand. Now they get nervous to back up. And it's blocked by Hicks. Got that chest protector in front of it. 2 balls and strike.
It's in the dirt. Counts 2-1.
I mean, there's a learning curve.
But this is baseball 101 right here. I think Lindor was an all-star, so it's his second time. I finished second in the MVP balloting.
But you know what part of it is, Keith? When the Mets had a rookie manager last year, they put a veteran manager next to him. Lindor unloads one.
Lindor pops up here, center field. I don't know if it's a tag and go.
Makes the catch.
No.
Second.
Yes.
There's Acuna. He goes over to third.
Acuna went to third.
The ball gets loose on the infield, but no advance. So the Marlins continue.
The runners on first and second with 1 out.
Thought about it, trying to advance, but thought better of it.
Loose is not the word. It's sloppy.
But so when Carlos Mendoza was a rookie manager, they put John Gibbons next to him.
Juan Soto, 1 for 3, single and a run. 1 home run in the season, 4 RBIs. Had the single and a third. Did we get another call to the bullpen?
They brought in a minor league guy, Carson.
Yeah, we're getting another call to the bullpen here from Miami.
He may be terrific, but he's never managed a game in the big leagues either. So it really makes you wonder. Pitching change for the Marlins. 6-5 Mets lead in the 6th.
6-5 Mets lead here. We're going to commercial. I'll be right back.
Any free medium pepperoni, 2 orders wings, breadsticks, cheese sticks, brownies.
All the right place, sir.
See you at the summit. We're making you Papa Pairings for $6.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
And with Liz, T-Mobile will be JD Power's #1 in customer satisfaction for home wireless internet.
The wrap it up music already?
T-Mobile Internet has price lock. They won't raise your rate on internet.
T-Mobile won't leave you with plans starting at $35 a month with price lock.
You know, I spend a lot of time thinking about dirt
At 3 in the morning.
anytime of day. What people don't know is that not all dirt is the same. You need dirt with the right kind of nutrients. Look at this organic soil from Miracle Grow.
Everybody should have great.
This
myself off the turn. You're a jerk, man. Huge jerk, man. I'm proud of it. It's all the same, business and baseball. The data gives you the framework in which to go out and compete. It's the hypotheticals. What happens if this happens? What if it's a line drive? What if it's a ball in the gap? You're doing all kinds of possibilities so that when it happens, you can make the right decision. Making those key decisions at key moments and then knowing the impact. That's the magic.
Sage AI-powered finance software is helping business leaders like Henry and Junior make smarter, faster decisions. Now's the time for a great deal on a new home. It's time to drive smart. High-tech features and excellent reliability. For the Kelly Blue Book Best Value Rate. Right now, you can get a $259 per month lease on a 2025 Civic Sports Sedan.
That's the home run from earlier today.
Francisco Lindor with his first home run of the year. And he gets the Mets off to a fast start. Fast starts have been a regular thing for
All right.
Lindor.
Enriquez on the mound. 3 games. ERA allowed 0.
With first to the third and 1 out, they bring in the new pitcher, Ronnie Enriquez, and they're going to walk one.
They're going to walk Soto, load the bases.
For Alonso.
Load the bases for Alonso.
Fascinating. So, the Mets' hottest hitter in the lineup, Pete Alonso.
Pete Alonso.
The bases loaded after an intentional walk to
1 for 2 double walk run RBI.
And again, they bring the infield in with the bases loaded and 1 out against Alonso. What is going on?
Strike, counts on 1.
Why would you set up the double play and then not play for the double play? Something is askew. And by the way,
Alonso ripped one. That's going to bring it. Everybody's going to come home.
Junior scores. Sager scores. Here comes Soto. He will score.
They rolled the dice against Alonso. They shouldn't have did that. 9-5 Mets. Good shit, Alonso. We got those runs back.
Now, Pete Alonso's off to a rip-roaring start.
Fastball right down the old Piperoni. Down.
And do you see how shallow the center field is playing?
They rolled the dice against my boy.
Pete Alonso, what are you doing?
9-5 Mets.
There's Brandon Nimmo.
Nimmo up at bat. Maybe he can bring a run in.
I mean, it's like they're trying to reinvent the game.
Ball counts 1-0.
The game is the game. Right, split the plate right down the middle, and the Mets are all over it. 15 RBIs now for Alonso in the first 11 games of the season. And Ronnie Enriquez misses with the slider. It's 2-0. I mean, I hate to keep ripping on Clayton McCullough, but I mean, these are elemental things. You don't play your infield in with the bases loaded and 1 out and a slow run like Alonso at the plate. You don't play your center fielder at little.
Counts 2-0 for Nimmo.
And another violation.
Violation.
This one against Ronnie Enriquez.
Against Enriquez.
3-0 count to Nimmo.
Enriquez.
It's the second violation of the
Count 3-0.
against 2 different Marlins pitchers. Alonso already has 3-4 RBI games this year. All of them have come against Miami. Nimmo driven 2 with a double his last time up. There's ball 4.
Ball 4, walked him.
This is just a really
Wow, it's unraveling right now for the Marlins, huh? Men on first and second for the Mets with only 1 out. 9-5 Mets here, bottom of the 6th.
It's a day when the mid pitching has not been great. Their offense has picked it up.
Alonso's giving a hand signal.
Miami defense.
Alonso, season versus Miami, 9 for 19, 2 home runs and 12 RBIs.
Miami every day.
Vientos 0 for 3. Maybe he could do something. Strike, counts 0-1.
Slider outside from Enriquez.
Everybody else has done something. Maybe Vientos can. Why not? 2 groundouts and a line out. 0 home runs on the season. 1 RBI for Vientos.
Alonso at second, Nimmo at first with 1 out. And Vientos trying to stop.
Who knows, B? Marlins are retards. Yeah, I don't know what that strategy was there, Tommy. Counts 0-2 for Vientos.
9 runs and 9 hits. That scored 4 in the
I don't know what
fifth.
they were thinking there. I really.
Game with 3 in the top of the
They just got my boys back in this game.
Right back. Oh, and 2 to Vientos.
That's upstairs. Counts 1 and 2.
That's at a 10-run game against Miami. First game they played down there last week. This is their second highest run total of the year with 9. Starting Marte waits on deck. And Vientos takes a slider off the plate. That's 2 and 2.
Counts 2 and 2.
Enriquez, the 4th Marlin pitcher. Connor Gillespie gave up 2 runs over 4 innings. Calvin Fauché was tagged for 4 runs, only 1 of them earned in 2/3 of an inning. And then Xavier Curry gave up 2 runs in an inning of work. And Vientos fights 1 off.
Foul. Keep it at 2-2.
It's a little warmer when your team's scoring.
Well, yes.
All that jumping around and cheering and stuff.
See, the guy had a $2 bill on his iPhone.
Well, it's legal tender. $3 bills you got to watch out for.
2-2.
But the $2 bills, they're still good. Those are
I have one saved.
Those are legal tender.
I've had it for decades. Thomas.
I think Jefferson was probably deserving of better than a $2 bill.
Oh, what's one behind George?
Well, I think it's.
I'm sorry, guy.
But the ones are in full circulation.
Full count for
You
Vientos.
don't see a lot of 2.
But he's number 2. George is number 1 always. Come on.
But Jefferson was actually number 3. Adams was number 2.
I understand it. But Adams is not number 2. He doesn't finish second.
Well, just because he was a nasty guy.
And goodbye, Vientos. He struck out 2 outs.
Well, that's the second out. I mean, by all rights, Adams should be on the 2, and Jefferson should be on the 3.
Okay.
Guess they'll get my bro on the 5, but that probably wouldn't work out. 2 out of 2 on. Here's Marte. Little bloop on the right side that fell and drove in 2 runs in the 5th inning. 2 on and 2 out. And Marte.
Oh, Marte just got drilled in the arm. He's hurt.
This year.
He's going to try to walk it off. Bases loaded.
He had 13 official at bats.
Trainer and head coach or manager, whatever you want to call it, to the mound.
And Carlos Mendoza and the assistant athletic trainer Brian Backel.
Athletic trainer to the mound, to the field here to look at Marte's arm. Where do you get hit?
Shoulder? No.
Oh, the hand.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck.
I think he's got a little bit of padding on that batting glove.
I think he's okay.
Not much.
Well,
Damn, right on the
you
wrist.
don't get it on that owner bone. That's where you don't want it.
So the Mets have the bases loaded. And a chance to do some more damage with Tyrone Taylor coming up. Taylor's got 0 for 3, popped up twice, flat out to right. After 2 hits last night, an RBI. Alonso now at third, Nimmo at second, Marte at first with 2 down. And Taylor takes a fastball there high for a strike, 0-1. While Acuna, who pitched ran earlier in the inning, is now on deck. Hicks backhanding it. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Mets have taken advantage of an uncomfortable day to have one of their better offensive days of the season. Taylor chases one and trickles behind Hicks, but not far enough for Alonso to make a break.
Counts 1 and 2, sorry.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Another Packer fan. Looks like Oscar Madison. Well, he looks like he's hung a few sliders at the bottom of the ninth. I think Walter Matthau won the exact same Mets count in the Odd Couple. One and 2 to count on Taylor. And Tyrone blasts.
Oh, shit. Did he just get it?
Was playing shallow, trying to get back to it.
Oh, he caught it. He's out. Wow, diving catch.
Oh,
Wow, at the wall.
Hill, who was playing
Warning track, actually.
depth, somehow got back on the warning track and made an incredible catch. Wow. On a rough day for the Marlins, this is a highlight. Look at that, right in the heel of the glove, and he held on. What a catch. Saved 3 runs with that play. Then scored 3. Hill saved 3. It's 9-5 Mets after 6.
Something amazing is happening here. More companies are turning to Mac. From finance to fulfillment, CDW supports Mac integration across your organization. With the power of Apple Silicon, best-in-class security, and compatibility across devices and applications, there's a Mac for every job. Make them easy.
Can an engineer of human? Is there a formula for bliss? Can a car do more than get it? Can it really? Questions matter. As long as you're asking the right ones. How we get there matters.
We go to the 7th inning. Mets up 9-5. Would have been more, but for this all-state good hands play by Derek Hill.
Long way to run as well, and just laid out for it.
That was a great catch.
Oh, yes, Gary, you called in the heel, and that's just strong hands. What a play. That's the catch of the year thus far.
I mean, he had to go so far and then flying through the air onto the warning track in these dreadful conditions and catching it right in the heel of the glove and hanging on. That was something. Saved 3 runs right there and kept the Marlins at least conceivably in the game. Oscar Brazaban faces Javier Sanoja. Luis Angel Acuna stayed in the game at second base after pinch running for Beatty. Brazaban gave up a 2-run homer to Hill in the 6th inning, so Hill had himself quite an inning. 2-run homer at the top of the inning, 3-run saving catch in the bottom of the inning. Sanoja is 1 for 2 and a base hit in the 2nd, struck out in the 5th against Clay Holmes, who fanned 10 over 5 1/3, a new career high. Grounded foul. Holmes is pitcher of record on the long side. Went 5 1/3, allowed 4 runs, 5 hits, 3 walks, 10 strikeouts. Actually pitched better than that, but Brazaban allowed 2 of his inherited runners to score.
Counts 0-2, sorry.
2 inherited
It's
runners to
Brazaban
score
back
in
on the
the first
mound.
10 games. But then Brazaban gave up a pair in that 6th inning. AJ Mitchell was up while the Mets were batting, but with the Mets Mets having extended their lead. They'll try to extend Brazoban. If it had been a one-run game, then Mitchell probably would have been in here in the 7th. Xavier Edwards on deck, and then Kyle Stowers for the Marlins. And Brazoban buries that cutter down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So in the chill in Cleveland, no score in the 9th. It's line foul.
That's foul. Keep it a 1-2.
Guardians and White Sox, bottom of the 9th, no cold score.
That frigid weather off Lake Erie, that wind can blow there.
31 degrees with the wind chill well down in the 20s. A little poke into shallow center field.
Shallow center field. That'll be a drop for a base hit.
So Javier Sanoja has his 2nd hit of the game. And he's going to flung his bat at it and dumped it into center field.
Yes, he did. A little flare here. That's not a picture-perfect swing, but it had the results.
Hey, big contact, some good happens. So Sanoja has a couple of hits today. Here's Xavier Edwards, who had a fly ball single in the 1st and scored a run, 1 for 3. 7 hits now for Miami. Sanoja was caught stealing in the 2nd inning on the back end of a strikeout thrown out double play. And Edwards bluffing a bunt. Where did that pitch miss? That one surprised Brian Walsh.
Counts 1-0.
Called it a ball 1. Bluff of the bunt brings Vientos in on the cutout at 3rd. And Edwards trying to slap one past him, fouled it back. 1 ball, 1 strike. See now, down in warmer temperatures, down in Florida, tonight, the Tampa Bay Rays are playing at Steinbrenner Field against the Angels. It's the start of a 13-game homestand for the Rays. When they had to move to an outdoor stadium, they reconfigured the schedule for the Rays so that they play as many games as possible earlier than summer rains in Florida.
Well, humidity.
So they're playing 19 of their first 22 at home, including a 13-game homestand. It's the longest homestand for any team in 14 years.
Here's the 1-2. Ball outside, counts 2-2.
The Florida State League when I was 18 years of age, my first year in pro ball, St. Petersburg. We had a hurricane go through, and it washed us out for 3 days. I was swimming in the parking lot, basically, waist deep water.
Swinging a miss, good fastball.
Struck him out with the fastball, 1 away.
For the first down. I'm sorry, you were swimming in the parking lot? Are you being figurative or literal?
We were staying at the Edgewater Beach Motel. It was right on the bay, and it was waist deep in water, and you're going to have a pitching change.
No, can't have a pitching change.
After,
you can.
Yes.
Because he pitched it for 20 seconds, so he only finished 2 batters in this inning.
So, real quick, the sun came out after the 3rd day. The field was soaked. I thought there's no way we were going to play that night. Guess what? The sun came out, and we played that night.
AJ Venture coming in. Well, you know what they say, the sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar. We'll be right back.
Long live the morning routine. Long live friendly competition. Long live cozy nights at home. And long live healthcare that works with your life. Access to great doctors, simple mobile app.
All right, commercial.
Locations across Long Island. Absolutely. You have options, but at Catholic Health, we'd like to remind you to choose you first, because we did too. Long live you, and long live Long Island.
It's Spring Black Friday. So, what are you working on? Spring Black Friday. Can I save on grills? Lowers too. And can I use the same battery in both? Yep.
Shop 14 days of deals during Spring Black Friday now through April 16th.
Future-proof your home and garden with AARP today. Harvest the rewards for years to come. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
This just in. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
That's correct. It's now even easier to create your own unique bet. You can choose any market, like hits, run line, totals, home runs. With a same game parlay, the choice is truly yours.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Guys, your live same game parlay presented by Fanatics Sportsbook. Earn up to 10% fan cash back on your bets. Win or lose, use fan cash on team gear on Fanatics.com or bonus bets from Fanatics Sportsbook app. Stay tuned for exclusive offers all season long.
Thanks, Steve.
You're welcome, Gary.
Did you restock the hot chocolate?
No, I'm on my break.
Oh, your break?
Yeah.
Your break was from November to February.
No, vendors get breaks.
AJ Minter on the pitch. Dane Myers will pinch hit for Kyle Stowers to give them a right-handed bat against Minter, who last pitched on Sunday against Toronto with scoreless inning. 1 on and 1 out of the 7th. And Myers takes a strike.
Minter pitched in 2 games, inning apiece in that Toronto series. All scoreless.
Myers got a start last night in center field and went 1 for 3. Batting for Stowers, who went 0 for 3 today and struck out his last at bat against Clay Holmes. Bronsbaum worked an inning in relief, allowed 2 hits and a run so far. Sanoha at first with 1 out. Myers takes a cutter inside. It's 2-1.
Sorry, it counts 2-1
Minter was
for
not
Myers.
gonna be
That's
used
Minter
last
on the mound.
night. AJ had the hip surgery in the offseason, and the Mets went slow with him this spring. And it wasn't until the last days of spring training that it was determined he could even be on the opening day roster. So the Mets are not ready to work him in back-to-back games just yet. As far as AJ is concerned, he's ready to go. He'll take the ball every day if you ask him.
He likes to work.
But the Mets are making sure they keep him healthy for the long run. And they're not ready to do that yet. He goes upstairs with the fastball to get Myers. And that's the second out of the inning.
He's got a good changeup, Minter.
1 out.
Good slider, good fastball. That one is upstairs.
And now we'll get another pinch hitter. Eric Wagaman will bat for Matt Mervis. Another lefty-righty switch. Wagaman played first base last night and went 0 for 4. Also updating his lineup card. Got to get secured with the pen in the pocket there. What do you call that pocket?
I don't dare say.
It's not the interior pocket, it's the outer pocket. You know, what do you call that pocket? Does it have a name?
Like breast pocket, your call.
Is that what it's called?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Counts 1-1 with 2 outs.
Seems like a
Counts 1-1.
relatively elemental piece of haberdashery information. But I am bereft.
I don't know why you're getting overly concerned about it.
You know, just like to learn something every day, Keith. Something I haven't known before.
All right, Morales, thanks for being here, man.
Play the infield
Counts 1 and 2.
See, just trying to figure out life day by day. To conclude my 67th year on Earth.
Oh, you're that far. Oh, wow, you're on your way out.
Almost as old as you.
You're on your way out.
Stay around a couple of days longer, but, you know, when my time comes, it'll come. Wagaman.
Here's the 1-2 in the dirt. Counts 2 and 2.
That cutter down. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, I'm glad I made a correct decision. I'm going to stay in the city tonight with the day game tomorrow.
I thought you would adjust with this game that moved to 4 o'clock.
No, I don't. No, it's going to be a 3-hour game.
Ball, full count.
It's away in the full count to Wagaman with Griffin Kona on the on-deck batter. Let's play some long games this year. They have pitch clock-wise. And that 11-inning game in Miami, that went 3.5 hours. And the game Saturday against Toronto was over 3 hours for a 3-2 game. Nothing like long games when it's cold and windy. Runner gets set to go. 3-2 coming. And Wagaman blasts one out to left field.
Shit.
Does have enough against the wind.
Hold it in, left field, out. All right, good. 7th inning stretch time, boys.
A home run on any other day, but that
The wind helped us.
howling across from left toward right and stayed in the ballpark.
Tomorrow, Brendan Miller and the Mets look to get the Flushing Faithful win over the Marlins. Coverage begins with City pregame tomorrow at 12:30 only at SNY. Download the MLB app today. The new streaming home for SNY Mets game. New Jersey. We got more summer wows under the sun than anyone. Find your wow at visitNJ.org. New Jersey, little state, a lot of wow.
Every time you play at Wind Creek Bethlehem, you'll experience the unforgettable. The hottest games, the highest payouts, and the biggest winning moments. Casino playing, upscale gourmet, hotel staying, spa getaway. Every spin, every hand, every moment, it could be you. Wind Creek Casino, only 90 minutes away.
149, 199. That'll be 3788. I'm not a math major. I just love groceries.
Get Betty Crocker brownie, cake mix, or frosting 4 for $5, and bowl and basket flour just $1.99 with your Price Plus Club card. Shop right. We are here. Apartment 2B.
To me! She's definitely using that Grubhub deal from Amazon.
Oh yeah.
Amazon Prime member, you can get $0 delivery fees on Grubhub. Eligible orders only. Terms and additional fees apply.
Summers in New Jersey were made to wow you. Find your wow at visitNJ.org. New Jersey, little state, lot of wow.
We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Barely see the wind looking across the city. It's because there are no flags. Just really sturdy skyscrapers. Changes for the Marlins. Eric Wagaman stays in at first base. Dave Myers stays in at right field. Luarbert Arias, rookie right-hander, makes his 3rd appearance.
He pitched Arias in that first game when the Mets blew them out. He finished up for the Marlins with 3 innings, 9 up, 9 down.
We saw that Acuna bats for the first time in the game. Came in as a pinch runner in the 6th and stayed in.
Acuna gets a hit, and he got himself a leadoff single.
So Acuna wasted
Here, 7th inning stretch.
taking a base hit and left for the Mets' 10th hit of the day.
Well, Beatty got himself a hit and much needed, and same here with Acuna. Jumping on a first pitch slider.
So now Hayden Sanger has got 2 hits today, a broken bat single in the 5th, and then a bunt hit in the 6th. Sanger with his 2 for 3 today, now hitting .286 in the big leagues. And the coaching staff has been thrilled with Sanger's defense.
Absolutely.
They love the way he calls the game.
Sanger up about. He's 2 for 3. Took a ball. Next pitch. Runner goes to second. Acuna safe.
Acuna will stay put at second base.
All right, Acuna steals second.
Acuna has his second stolen base of the year. Not sure that Luis Sandel knew that ball was in center field, but the center fielder was playing so shallow they couldn't have gone to third anyway.
1-1 count.
And Sanger
Sloppy hit.
That'll advance the runner. Wagaman makes the play himself. So
Sanger out at first.
Sanger moves
But Acuna goes to third.
His intent to advance the runner.
So a runner has been advanced, and here comes Francisco Lindor. On a cloud.
So here's the swing. Ball down the middle, running in. He let it get deep. He inside out it. And you can see the body leaning towards first base. The fact that he inside out it on a pitch that was in, that's a dead giveaway. That was his intent.
So now the infield comes in. That's up 9-5 in the seventh. A chance for more with Acuna at third and one out for Lindor. And Francisco drives one out to center. That'll get the run in.
Center field, Lindor out, but that'll bring Acuna home. It's 10-5 Mets. Sack fly.
So Sanger moves the runner over, and Lindor gets it in, and it's 10-5 New York.
10-5 Metropolitans.
They steal a run there. Stolen base, advance the runner over and in. Fundamentals.
So the Mets able to tack on. They score for the third straight inning. They've had runs in 5 of the 7 innings today. So 2 out and nobody on for Soto, who's intentionally walked his last time up. That one blew up on the Marlins. Alonso followed with a 3-run double. And this time he takes one the other way for a base hit.
And Soto gets a base hit. He's on first with 2 outs.
I like it when Soto goes that way.
Second straight 2-hit game for Juan Soto.
Remember, Juan is not going to have that Yankee Stadium short right field. He hit over 40 home runs last year. And the bigger part of the ballpark here is in right field.
Yeah, that's right. You're right,
I
B.
just think he gets more familiar playing here. I think
That's a good thing he stole.
More of a gap-to-gap hitter.
Alonso's already driven in 4 runs today. And it takes a slider blown away ball one.
That gives Pete 15 on the year.
Alonso 2 for 3, 2 doubles, walk, run, 4 RBIs.
Pretty good start.
Yep, and Kyle Tucker came
He's killing it right now. 3 home runs on the season, 15 RBIs on the season. Took a ball there, counts 1-0. Strike, counts 1-1.
Are the 2 guys who have to have the biggest smiles on their faces after the 14-year, $500 million extension that the Young Jays gave to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Because both Tucker and Alonso could be free agents after this year.
Ooh, strike, fastball, counts 1-2.
Tell you what, if he keeps on the pace he's on, he's going to make himself a lot of money. It's really off to a fantastic start. 2 doubles, 4 RBIs today. Now hitting .342 for the season with an 1168 OPS.
That's a ball.
The strike zone 2-2, and he just is not chasing. It's been so remarkable.
And the other thing too, when you think in terms of chase, you think chasing slider. He's not chasing that hard sinker inside that he did also last year.
Danny Young up in the Mets bullpen.
Alonso's going to pop out at right field.
Right. And Myers waits.
We're going to the 8th. 10-5 Mets. Commercial break.
With the speed of Acuna at 10-5 after 7.
To bring back our most wished for Blizzard flavor. It's the Confetti Cake Blizzard Treat, filled with confetti cake pieces and confetti frosting. Don't be late to the party. Grab yours before the DQ freezer closes.
Luxury isn't about where you go. It's about how you feel getting there with the thrill of 375 horsepower. and the convenience of a 14.5-inch display. It's about being able to see things bigger than ever and turning a playlist into a concert. Welcome to the 2025 Genesis GB80 and GB70. Get the GB70 for 2.99% APR for 60 months. Exclusively at Tri-State Genesis retailers.
Any NBA play can inspire your next lunch. And the FanDuel, you can turn them into big wins. So if you think they're going to rock the rim right out of the gates, or you want to RSVP to the block party,
Yes, sir.
or you think it's going to start raining threes. Let's go! FanDuel has more ways to bet on players so you can make your lunches happen with America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $5 to get
I wonder who's going to be on the mound in the 8th.
This is not a blue moon. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. A Valencia orange makes a blue moon, and everything a little brighter. Honda Sports Night on SNY.
It's our very nice with one soda.
All night, every night, starting at 11, only on SNY. Hey, it's Gary and Todd Infinity post-game live out the way. Great to see the bats come alive today.
Yeah, nice job by Pete. We're really looking for Holmes. I think he deserves better than his line.
All right, we'll see you guys coming up on the post-game show. Once again, Infinity post-game live. Gary, back to you.
This is the first day.
Yeah, we will.
that
Star
the area of
Wars.
The studio is warmer than the outdoor temperature. Danny Young on to pitch the 8th inning. Griffin Kodak
Danny Young on the
is
mound throws a
second
strike.
for a strike.
Counts
Kodak's been
0-1.
on base 3 times in a row, 2 walks and a single. Young pitching his second straight day.
4 games for Young, 5.40 ERA.
There in the studio, that the numbers aren't going to reflect how well Holmes threw today.
Hit.
Slider grounded on the right side, right to Acuna.
Acuna to Alonso out at first, 1 down.
Retired for the first time today. So 1 out of the top of the 8th. There's no question. I mean, Holmes had a rough first inning, and then from the 2nd through the 5th, he was really
Lopez 1 for 2, walk,
nice
double, and a run.
in those
Coming up
4
to bat for
innings
Miami.
between the 2nd and the 5th. And I think it's the first time he pitched in the 6th inning in a start in 7 years.
It looks absolutely freezing, man.
Well, remember, he walked Conine on a 3-2 pitch.
Wow,
pitch.
pitch.
Strike 3.
Ball.
Lopez followed with the double, and then Bronson
Counts 1 and out.
the home run, so he got tacked on two runs. So he's 5 1/3 with 4 earned runs, but I think he threw, like Todd said, numbers don't reflect how well he threw today.
Strike.
Slider in for a strike to Lopez, 1-1. So
I ate already. I had a burrito.
Their home opener on that 31-degree day, they won it 1-0 on a walk-off.
Counts 1-1. Foul. Counts 1 and 2.
Walk-off walk in a 1-0 game since 2009. I guess it's appropriate enough. Lopez double and a walk today. He's 1 for 2. Marlins 5 runs and 7 hits. The Mets matching their season highs in runs and hits with 10 runs and 11 hits. Okay, the slider just missed.
Ooh, just missed. Counts 2 and 2.
Danny Young pitched the 6th inning yesterday behind Kodai Senga, gave him an infield single, but then got the next 3 batters.
A little too low. Full count. Come on, Danny. Let's get this over with.
Pitcher to come in here with the 5-run lead.
Yeah.
Just throw strikes, put the ball in play, get us in the clubhouse with a W. And a nice, hot shower.
Grounded past the mound, and throw to first is
Got the out at first.
just in time to get Lopez.
Who's that? Lindor to Alonso?
Lindor, but Alonso had a good play. Holmes
Okay.
struck out 10 today.
He really had the slider.
They got it. 2 outs.
Yeah, they're showing fastballs right here. There's a slider. But he really, right there, that middle innings when he struck out the 3 guys in the 4th gear, that's when he found the range and he just poured in sliders and hard sliders and down-breaking sharp.
The Knicks are on at 7:30.
Pitching decisions presented by Sage, the official finance software partner of Major League Baseball.
Oh, did get behind him?
Ball counts 1-0.
Does a slide. William Hicks has driven in 3 of the 5 Miami runs today, a 2-run single in the first and RBI grounded out in the 6th. Fastball away 2-0. Oscar Brazovan worked an inning in relief, charged with a run on 2 hits. A.J. Minter got 2 outs in the 7th, and now Young soaking up the 8th. See if he gets the 9th as well. Got that sinker in for a strike, 2-1. Let's see, who did the pitch yesterday? I guess they could go.
Counts 2-1.
Why not go to?
Sorry, that's Hicks up at bat. He's 1-3. I got distracted.
So we'll see.
My leg hurts. That's a wild pitch. Counts 3-1. Come on, Danny. Why are you making this longer than it needs to be, bro? Get this last out. Take us to the bottom of the 8th. Come on.
Definitely not Buto. Definitely not Buto.
No, you're not going to use Buto. You're not going to use Diaz unless the game gets a lot closer.
I think you're going to ask Young to finish it.
Got him. Full count.
Second straight full count for Danny.
And you could use Kranick, but I want to keep him fresh. Tomorrow's a day game.
Kranick's still, working on being a reliever and going multiple innings, and probably need to give him 2 days off between assignments for now. I mean, they really pushed Buto last night to go 2 innings after he went 2 innings just 2 days earlier. 3-2 coming, and Hicks takes strike.
Oh, he got him. He hit the bottom corner, bottom outside corner. 3 outs.
Young has himself a 1-2
Wow.
8th inning. 10-5.
They gave it to him. All right, we're going to bottom of the 8th. 5-10. It's all Mets. Or 10-5 it's all Mets. I can't talk today, man.
Need to install new windows and doors? Don't wait. Spring into savings with Windorama. We'll even bring the showroom to you when you install with us. Choose from top brands like Anderson Windows and Doors. It's easy. Just schedule a consultation, shop from home, we'll measure, and even handle installation in just 14 days. Now through April 15th, get $2,000 off your installation project. Call today to book your free in-home consultation and installation with Windorama.
At Atlantic Honda, we like to say, no matter the style, we'll make you smile. Whether it's the sharp-looking Accord, the economical HR-V, the spacious Pilot, or the entertaining Odyssey, we have the service, the selection, and the people to make every Honda lover the happiest ever. You'll find your style and find your smile.
Because we always go the extra mile. Atlantic Honda.
Start the new year right with Optimum. Get 2 unlimited mobile lines for only $45 a month. Compare us to the competitors, and it's a no-brainer. Save up to $920 a year. Defy expectations and say no to overpriced mobile service, and yes to Optimum Mobile. Sign up today. Opt in to Optimum Mobile Mac and get 2 lines for only $45 a month. Call 877-6-OPTIMUM. Visit Optimum.com/mobile or a store near you.
What is it for the first game, Mike? A big overall at bat. We're having a good time right now.
Yeah, tell me about it, David. Nemo leads off here, bottom of the 8th.
Leads off against Lorbert Arias.
Swinging a miss.
Foul tips fastball.
Oh, foul tip the fastball. Counts 0-1. Nemo 1 for 3, double walk run, 2 RBIs, 2 home runs on the season.
Looks like he's going to get the 9th.
He was walked in the 6th. Nemo. Counts 0-1.
Arias working his second inning, gave up a run in the 7th. Mets have scored in 5 of the 7 innings today.
Please subscribe to the channel. Please like and stream when you get a chance. That's a strike. Counts 0-2.
Nemo drove in a couple of runs in the 5th with an opposite field double. He's also drawn a walk, 1 for 3. And Danny Young contributes a 1-2-3 inning, getting the Mets bullpen back on track. It's been pitching brilliantly today.
Counts 1 and 2.
A so-so day for the pitching staff, but a big day for the offense with 10 runs and 11 hits. It looked like they're going so slowly when they're far out, and they're so heavy.
Hit, short, first. Nimmo out at first, one away.
Nimmo one out. Just cruising across the sky. Big bird. Right where they're starting. Marquinhos got 0 for 4 today, and he takes a slider for a strike from Arias.
Strike, counts on
So
one.
remember we were talking about that all-rookie line.
Vientos 0 for 4, 2 ground outs, line out, and a strikeout.
Started talking about that because the Marlins started 5 rookies today. They've got another rookie on the mound now in Arias. So
Counts are on one.
70 texts.
Vientos going to burn a timeout.
In that game in September
Vientos 0 for 4.
35 start 9 rookies. They were all teenagers. Poke the other way, and Vientos.
Hey, Vientos got a hit.
Base hit.
Even Vientos is getting a hit. He's on first base. Look at that, David Rolex. Look at that, B. Look at that, guys. Vientos got a hit.
Among the teenagers in the lineup that day were Sonny Jansen, Joe Morgan, Jimmy Wynn, Rusty Staub, and Jerry Grody. Right, all teenagers.
DH Marte, 1 for 2 walk single, 2 RBIs, stolen base, 1 home run in the season, 4 RBIs on the season. Let's see what our DH could do today.
We started Marte, who had a 2-run single in the 5th inning.
Strike, counts 0-1.
4 times today. Walk, error, single, hit by pitch.
3 for 13 on the season is Marte. Wow, pigs fly. Yeah, they're flying high.
Back in there for another swing.
Low.
Now he just misses down with a single. 1 ball, 1 strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Oh, nice shot. Nice angle.
Marte cracks one. He dropped it.
Can't make the catch. Vientos also is in the second. Myers overruns it.
We got 2 on.
Vientos arrives safely, and Marte's got his second hit of the day.
Marte's second hit of the day. He's on first. Vientos on second. Only 1 out. Should have been an out. He dropped it.
Oh, he had it, and he dropped it. It's been that kind of day for Miami, as I tell you. Big rains and pours. It's going to be a long year.
Tyrone Taylor.
13 hits now for the Mets. Here's Tyrone Taylor, who's
13 hits today for the Mets.
that one. And he hits one down the right field
Right field line,
Taylor
foul.
Came very close to a
Taylor's
bases
0 for 4
cleared
today.
extra base hit in the 6th inning. A blast to the warning track in left center that Derek Hill made
Counts
the
on
catch
1.
of the year so far on. He was playing shallow in center field, and he raced an incredible distance and made a flying, diving catch. And this one,
Taylor rips one to center. He's
this
out.
time he barely has to move to make the
2
throw,
outs.
and that's the second out. I mean, you're going to be hard pressed.
I think Danny Young is getting the close.
The distance
Rolex.
run, and then a lay out.
I think they're giving it to Danny Young.
And then you're going to hit the ground hard, and you're still able to hang on to it. That is a fine play.
Catch of the year so far. It's the New York 81 digging deep moment of the game. Hill has a 2-run home to boot.
Acuna 1 for 1 single, 2 runs, stolen base. 3 for 18 on the season.
The 7th is only a bat.
Check swing foul, counts on 1. That was a fastball.
Running up and in. So Marte was put in the lineup today against a right-hander, and he's been on base all day. Officially 2 for 3, but basically out on his ledger was actually an error, and he reached base. On the outside corner, a strike to Acuna, and it's 0-2. In the 9th, the Marlins allow the lower third of the order to Hill, Pauly, and Sanoa. He was still shooting. all day, every day. Imagine some of the shots he gets.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I mean, he was out there shooting yesterday when the tarp was on the field.
Dedication.
He's
This
relentless.
is when he loves his work too, obviously.
Craft. It's his craft.
Counts 1 and 2
It's his art. Yes,
for
it is.
Acuna. 1 and 2 is the count.
Much like what you do. It's an art.
What do I do?
Sit here and jabber with me. And Acuna takes a slide.
Acuna's out. That's the end of
That'll
8.
do it for the inning. So we head for the 9th. Mets looking for their 6th straight win, leading at 10-5.
For more than a decade, Forciga has been trusted again and again and again. Ask your doctor about Forciga. Baseball is back, and it's time to bring the heat with Fanatic Sportsbook. Earn up to 10% fan cash on your bets, win or lose. Flip your fan cash for authentic MLB apparel, bonus bets, and other collectibles. On top of that, new customers get up to $300 in bonus bets across your first 3 days. Bet on baseball all season long with Fanatic Sportsbook.
Hey, pal. Do you know who's
See that? Happy birthday, Alex. That's so sweet. You remembered.
It's all about connecting with seamless connectivity from Spectrum.
For centuries, women's health has been incomplete. Northwell is filling in the missing pieces. That's why more women choose us than any other health system in New York. Northwell, raise health.
Style or substance. Somehow it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra.
Oh, God.
Or get 0.9% APR 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or current eligible GMC owners get over $7,800 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
Well, we tried to show this to you at the end of the last inning, but, the third out got in the way. So we're going to tell you about Honda Sports Night now. It's at 11 o'clock tonight, and we'll have all the day in baseball and the Knicks and the Rangers and everything else that might come up. That's 3 outs away from a 6th consecutive win, and Reed Garrett will try and get the final 3 outs, facing Derek Hill, who's had himself a day. Great catch.
So Garrett's going to get the close.
Strike. Let's bring in Jose Siri to play center field. Move Tyrone Taylor over to right so Juan Soto can go warm up. I don't mean warm up to come in. I mean warm up from the cold. And we get some of Steve's hot chocolate. I wouldn't blame him. James Wood, another 2-run homer for the Nats. The Nationals
Swing and a miss, counts 0-2.
Against the Dodgers, who had to bring up a pitcher to start today. Robleski will get the start because Blake Snell is on the injured list. They just keep rolling over those Dodgers. We have a dozen pitchers on the injured list now. Swing and a miss.
Struck him out just like that. Goodbye, Hill. 1 down, 2 to go, and then the Mets will get a dub. And then it's what, 6 wins in a row?
Well, the Mets bullpen a little bobbled today with Brazoban giving up a couple of inherited runners on the Hill home run, but Minter and Young and Garrett have steadied the ship. Mets came into the day with a bullpen ERA of 1.19. We'll go up a little bit, but this group has really done an incredible job. Grant Pauly is 0 for 3, struck out twice and lined out. Day game tomorrow starting at 1:10. Tom McGill will get the start for the Mets. He's been
Counts 1-0.
his first 2 starts. Grounded down to first. Easy play for Alonso. Garrett covers, 2 down.
And Garrett covers out.
And so the Marlins are down to their final out. And the Mets on the verge of clinching another series victory. Dropped their first series in Houston, won 2 out of 3 in Miami, and 6 in a row. Swept Toronto, and now trying to make it 2 in a row over the Marlins. Javier Sanoja has 2 hits today, 2 of the 7 Marlin hits, and he takes a cutter for a strike. Garrett trying to nail it down for Clay Holmes, who will have his first win.
Counts 0-1.
And a half swing.
Counts 0-2.
It's 0-2, and the Marlins are down to their
6
final
straight
strike.
feels good. Yeah, man. I'm not streaming tomorrow because it's like a 1 o'clock game. And then the Mets are off Thursday, so no stream on Thursday. And I'm going to stay up late this Friday. The Mets have a 10 o'clock game. So that's the next time you guys could find me.
0-2 coming to Sonoma.
Ball inside, counts 1-2. I think it's 10:01 first pitch on Friday.
Keeps it going.
So if you guys are all here and you're going to stay up late with me, most of you work Monday through Friday. You have Saturday off like I do, so we'll all hang out Friday night. Popped up. Into the stands. Keep it a 1-2. Dude's going to survive for one more pitch.
They don't get any more diehard than this. Blankets, hoodies, whatever it takes. Get through a cold day at the ballpark with a smile on your face. Again, the 1-2 coming to Sanoa.
That's low. Counts 2-2.
This down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yep, Francisco, it's a little cheap.
2-2.
Good one to Sacramento. 2-2.
Just on the outside, full count. Come on, Garrett.
And so now it's 3-2. I think everybody wants to go home. Well, probably including Brad Wolf, the whole playoff time. Looked like he expanded his zone in the last time. 3-2 coming. Slapped on the ground. And
Over to second, to first, he's out.
Game is over.
Game's over. Put it in the books. It's 10-5. Mets, the W, 6 in a row. I'm out of here. I'm tired. I will see you guys late Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got a West Coast game Friday. So thank you, everybody that was here. I'll catch you on the next one. Let's go, Mets.